Live from Media Row in Santa Clara, this is Patriots Unfiltered.
From the bottom to the top with incredible speed. I said, we all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. We all we got. We all we need. Leave the bodies at the bottom, hit the top of the league. Come on.
Presented by BuyAToyota.com.
All right, welcome to Patriots Unfiltered. We are live from Radio Row in San Francisco. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe we are here back in the Super Bowl. This is my 11th Super Bowl. It's unbelievable. Deuce is here. Paul's here.
Mike, what Super Bowl is this for you?
This is my first Super
my
Bowl.
10th.
Number one.
We're going to get into that.
It's nothing like the first time.
We got Matt and Anthony behind the scenes. Alex will be by later. Evan will be by later. And we're going to have a parade of guests throughout the week. We are here every day until Friday, 1 to 5 Eastern Time, doing this this Patriots Unfiltered thing.
That's what it is.
It's unbelievable. It's pretty wild. We're in the middle of the Moscone Convention Center, and the setup is crazy. You got ESPN, Pat McAfee, NBC Sports Boston, 98.5, those guys, Siri, like you name it.
The Bone.
They're all here. Yeah, The Bone.
97.7.
Get boned in the morning.
There's all these odd radio stations throughout the country. It's like 103, The Kick. But here we are, Patriots Unfiltered. Everything else is the same. 855-PATS-500 is the way you call us. Podcast@patriots.com is the way you email us. And like I said, we've got 4 hours a day that we're going to be doing. I don't know, can we do it?
Yeah, well, I know we can.
I know Paul can do it.
If you guys run out of gas, just let me know.
Yeah,
I'll clear my throat.
Paul knows how to do 4 hours.
I've done 4 hours when you guys were, never mind.
No, never mind.
All right, so.
With cheerleaders.
So I've been here since Friday.
No.
You guys got here on Sunday. And then last night was opening night.
Yeah.
Which is, crazy, as it usually is. But have we learned anything since the Denver game? Drake May did have a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to talk to the guy who kind of broke that news, Dr. Chow.
Yeah. We had a nice little chat with him this morning off air.
We talked to him earlier. He's going to come on the show. And we'll, if you want, you can go at him. But he'll be
He's ready for it.
Yeah. He'll be by, and a bunch of other people. But May says he's feeling good.
Yeah, Rabel said last night at opening night that they had a crisp practice yesterday. No media reports from that practice. We don't know anybody who was limited or, any of that stuff questionable. But good news to hear. I know May was asked about it last night at his podium and said, it's kind of weird, Paul. He's like, I think I turned a corner when the plane landed. I'm like, what? So I don't know. It sounds like he's doing all right. I think he's going to be okay to go.
I wonder if that had as much to do with his illness, from late in the week.
Right.
Maybe he was feeling a little bit better as they were pulling in. But, we've seen, like Mike said, we don't have any real access to practice, but there have been some pictures and videos and whatnot. And got one that looked like an awful lot like what I've seen all year from Drake May, a little skip and rip,
Good. Look good.
I think that by the time the game comes around, and maybe this might be wishful thinking, sometimes this happens at the Super Bowl. Everything is a huge deal, and then all of a sudden the game comes, and all those things that you were like breathless to talk about on Tuesday are complete non-factors by Sunday, and I think that's what we're going to end up seeing with Drake May.
Yeah. No, otherwise last night was chaos, I would guess is how to describe opening night for the NFL, and just all the players. You had a certain amount of podiums. You had Vrabel at a podium, May, a lot of the big-name players. And then you just had other players kind of meandering around and getting interviewed by various people. And saw Terrell Williams as well. Good to see him there. He had to, unfortunately, he said, I don't want to say collapse, but it sounded like he was dehydrated. And, it's just great to see him back and around. And I hope that he's able to participate in some capacity in this game. But good to see him up and healthy. A lot of people coming up and congratulating him, maybe too much to the point where, hey, let him sit down for a minute.
Yeah. It was a little. I thought, Freddie, you weren't. Did you make it over last night?
Yeah,
I didn't think I remembered seeing you. I thought it was a little toned down from years past. Now it was in a different convention center than this one, but it was kind of a similar setup, just a huge room. We've been in the past on the football field. We've been on a baseball field in Houston. we've been at in basketball arenas in both Atlanta and Phoenix. This was just a convention center. I think there was more room, but I also felt like there were fewer media people, media credentialed.
Really?
You know, a little less of the nonsense,
Well,
so to speak. I think they toned it down a little bit. I talked to Josh
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels about it a little bit afterward back at the hotel, and he kind of agreed. He thought it was a little toned down.
Well, you know, the thing is, you know, you have that opening night, which they've really kind of created it to be made for TV.
Right.
You know, the first team comes out, and the second team, and then they have like a crossover. They do interviews and all that stuff. But after that, starting today through Friday, you've got full access to each team at their team hotels in a much more controlled setting, quieter.
Yeah.
You can sit down at tables with every coach and every player. They've got podiums set up. So, like, there's more access than you really need this week throughout the week. So, like, if you missed them Monday night, I can see in media saying, I'm going to skip that. I'll just get them, you know, during the week.
Yeah.
I don't know if opening night, they used to call it media night, but I don't know if it's like it used to be. Like, to me, it was more fun in the past.
Yeah.
Now they've kind of made it for a made for TV type of thing.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me, I saw it looked very dark on TV. Like, being there, it didn't seem dark, but then you watch some of the highlights later on. It was really cool though. I mean, you kind of step back and let all the national people and, you know, all these different small outlets come in and, you know, be able to get their questions in. But lots of random weird questions. Drake may getting a lot of Bakemas questions.
Okay, thanks for doing that. Thank you. We got people emptying the garbage here. That's fine. Yeah, good stuff.
That's fun. No, I'm just trying to take all this in, Fred. This is got all the Super Bowl banners up on the wall here, and, you know, see Super Bowl 20 back there. Maybe one we want to forget.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, it's hard to really like lock in on the game right now. It just feels like there's so much extra stuff going on, and media night, and tonight there's another party, and et cetera, et cetera. There's such, I mean, you guys have talked so much about it. Now that I get to experience just how it's surreal. You can't believe you're actually at the Super Bowl, and it's just a nonstop cavalcade of events and interviews and places you got to be. And
well, the thing about it is, as many people as you see around town right now, and it's nothing compared to starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, everyone starts coming into town, and it really it gets packed. And you know, it took us a little over an hour to get here this morning from the team hotel. That's going to double by the end of the week. So we're going to have to.
Maybe we just sleep here under this table.
Yeah, we're going to have to leave time to get here in the morning. But yeah, that's the Super Bowl. So we are in San Francisco from Radio Row. Again, we're going to be here 4 hours a day, 1 to 5 Eastern Time, 10 to 2 Pacific Time, doing Patriots Unfiltered. And we've got a bunch of guests lined up, some really interesting people that, you know, we don't normally get to talk to down in Gillette Stadium. They actually come to us. They've been coming to us the last couple of days. Hey, do you want to interview my guy and all this stuff?
And Fred's been like, yeah, no interest.
Well, some of them, there's a lot of motivational speaker type people. Like, I don't even know how they get in. Like, we'll let them in, you know. Well, so we don't need that. But, you know, I won't spoil, you know, some of the surprises. But we'll have people here throughout the week. And thank God, because we don't have enough to talk about 4 hours a day. No,
well,
I'm only kidding.
I felt like we saved a lot of the game kind of discussion for this week. We didn't get too much into it last week, but maybe we should talk about just the getting here, the send-off rally. We went from like negative 10 degrees here. It's a balmy in the 60s. It feels great though. But the send-off rally was pretty cool. I don't know if people were able to.
So, Mike, what was the
that.
experience like as you know, the MC of the festivities?
Well, I got to introduce Zoe and Bob Sosi and ask them some questions. That was fun. No, it was super cool. I mean, just that, you know, for how cold it was, the atmosphere, people were just so excited, and to see that many, you know, Patriots fans really passionate about the team. Didn't matter how cold it was, and, you know, Dropkick Murphys came out and played some songs. It was.
I don't know how
really
they
cool.
did that with, you know, played the guitar and everything, the drums, with how cold it was.
Well, they had these giant heat blaster things.
Oh, did they?
In
Oh,
the back,
okay.
Which somebody, who was it that I was with? Oh, it might have, I forget. One of the guys that was up there stuck their hand in front of it, and it like melt. You can't get too close to it, really hot. But they needed it. I thought everybody did a great job with the send-off, and really cool from the players' perspective, just seeing all the fans lined up to see the buses off. And You're right. It's surreal. I went from being a fan in 2017, that Super Bowl, coming to that and watching it, and then to see it kind of from the inside was really cool.
I think there were like 20,000 people there.
Really?
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. It was honest to God the coldest I think I've ever felt outside.
Yeah, it was
It was
cold.
that cold?
It was that cold. I mean, it was like where you breathe,
Was it
and it
because
was like
of the
you
wind?
were smoking.
Because the temperature was like 10, right?
Wind too. It was both.
Yeah?
It was both. I mean, I think the temperature was like 4,
Yeah,
but
it
with the
was
wind
single-
degree, it
it
was
was
like
single digits. You were
-8
here
with
already.
wind.
I was here already.
Yeah, it was
I was watching it on my phone on a Peloton.
It was,
So
it
there you
was
go.
bad.
Humble brag.
Getting his exercise.
flex
Good,
there.
Fred. There you
Yeah.
go.
No, you gotta get your exercise. You gotta eat well. You gotta take care of yourself here because you can't burn out. You gotta pace yourself.
And yet you still got yourself a cold.
Well, everybody
which
has it.
which we appreciate as we're sharing Ubers back and forth.
Everybody has it. Like a lot of our crew came down with it. I don't know what's going on here, but something in the water.
February.
Maybe. Yeah. But I'm okay. I'm feeling good.
Battle on.
Yeah, I'm on the bounce back.
Drake's got a shoulder. You got a sickness.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Drake has a shoulder anymore. I think we're
got two of
going to move past that.
We
Yeah.
are. All right.
How's that?
Yeah.
Is that just wishful thinking?
No, I do. I mean,
He's got an issue.
I said it before.
He's dealing with something. There's no question. I just don't think it's going to prohibit him from playing or anything.
No. Well, I mean, Dr. Chow, I'm sure will say this, but his, even as he saw Drake getting off the plane, like holding his bag with his right arm, that's a positive sign, but, still could be sore. And the thing he mentioned was deep ball accuracy. And to me, not to transition into the game a little bit here, but I feel like for the Patriots to win this game, they've got to play like they were playing at their peak and put it all together. Because even some of those games they won during the 10-game win streak, they had some flaws within those victories. But, I think no question Drake has to get back to that point where he's not only throwing the ball downfield to tight windows, but the close stuff too, the easy
and you
stuff.
see, like
boom.
that might be, the most direct correlation between the regular season and the postseason is probably that, Mike. The deep ball accuracy that he was off the charts, led the league by a wide margin in completions, completion percentage on those deep balls, and they just haven't really been able to connect. They had the one-handed catch by Booty against Houston, but for the most part, the downfield throws have been few and far between in the 3 playoff games. You'd think that they're going to need some of those against a quality defense like Seattle because it's going to be hard to drive it against them. And then, once you get down there, it's going to be, can you get over your red zone struggles that you've had for most of the season. So I do think those deep balls are huge in this game.
Yeah. All right. So, Matt, can we take a quick break? We'll be right back. We're doing 4 hours. We're going to have, a lot more sponsor stuff that we have to do, but that's okay. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sit on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
Is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on.
Can you believe it? Look at this crew. Freddie and Paul, Evan and Deuce, Alex and of course Matt in the booth. Headed to Cali to give us the scoop. Reporting live from Radio Row. They're ready to give us a 4-hour show. PU at the Super Bowl. It's PU at the Super Bowl.
Hey, Jill.
Nice.
Never disappoints.
Bringing it.
No.
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, we're back here. Radio Row. Paul, Deuce, myself, Anthony, and Matt behind the scenes. We'll be here from 1 to 5. 855-PATS-500 is the way to call in. Podcast at patriots.com is the email address. So what else? What we were talking about, a little bit about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. It's just seeing the players all up on stage last night. It was kind of fun how they did that. They had all the Patriots come out, and then they did their thing, and then they went back up with the Seahawks. And no, it's just the Seahawks are a really good team. It's not the elite level talent really. I mean, it's Jackson Smith Njigba, yes,
Yeah.
him for sure. Leonard Williams, yeah, him for sure. But otherwise, I just think they're a lot like the Patriots in the way that they're just a team that's playing really well together. They're really well coached, especially on defense. It seems like they all understand what they want to do.
I was just going to say, all season, you talked about the Rams and you talked about the 49ers and you talked about, some of the marquee teams. But the Seahawks kind of flew under the radar all season. They were understated. They didn't do a lot of talking and everything, but they just rolled through their schedule. and became the number 1 seed in the NFC, which everyone said was the stronger conference this year. And they've emerged. And, like, if I was a Seahawks fan, I'd be really confident. I'd be confident in my team. They're well-rounded. They really don't have a lot of big weaknesses. What's up, Zo? Oh, here we go.
And our first guest.
Our first cavalcade of guests.
Move over,
For
Duso.
God's sakes.
Slide in,
Paul.
Zo.
There we go.
How you doing, Zo?
Good, Freddie.
What's happening?
It's good seeing you got the same sunglasses. That's awesome this week.
Yeah.
I got the new ones.
Yeah.
He won't let me try his on because my head's too big.
No,
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to stretch
break
him out.
Freaking out. What's BR stand for?
Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They built an
It's not a
empire
bad-
on free
not a bad
I
set
don't
over
read
there.
anything.
Not a bad set.
It's a nice set. I mean, it's too much flashiness. You know,
It's a whole arcade.
It's like
they've
an
got in there.
arcade.
It's incredible.
it's distracting for me.
Well, that's
It's a
true.
problem.
You
Yeah,
do
it
have a
doesn't
very
take much
short
for you.
attention
Solid
span.
strip.
It doesn't take much for
It's
you to be
fine.
Guys
distracted.
having a good time?
Yeah.
So what, you guys are set up over there.
Yeah.
And you're going from your normal time. So
We're going. Yeah, we got Stretch in the can. So Stretch is he's running.
They
right
got
now
about 20 minutes with Strike.
Oh, yeah?
We
These
got the whole
guys.
full breakdown, man. So we peeled the onion back.
Okay.
And got to introduce everybody to Stretch. So
cool.
Stretch, we got Josh.
That might be his first official interview.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was surprised he did it.
Beal said he loved it. Seemed like he had a great time.
He's a different cat, man. There's a certain intensity to it.
From what I understand, he's driving the same car he drove when he was in college.
So who was the quarterback that did that? Was it Manning? No.
I don't know.
One of them did it.
Yeah, but Stretch,
Wasn't
he is
Zolak.
Ernie Adams and Bears Najarian, who was Bill Belichick's chief of staff,
Correct.
built into one with
Wears
a
many
personality.
hats. He
With a
wears many hats.
personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, with people skills.
Yeah. No,
Not
he's
that
been
those people
he's been great for us. You know, the reason we were able to do Forge in Foxborough the way we did is working with Stretch,
Yeah.
giving us that access and
That was
everything.
great stuff.
Yeah, he's great.
The content with the team really it's exploded here over the years. It's so much different than our last run at this. 8 years ago?
I know.
Like it's like you can't have enough stuff. Like,
Yeah.
You know, my kids are 25, 20. Was arc.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't. Drake in the Denver game didn't have the same type of zip. Now those conditions were.
Yeah. Now he also, supposedly when this happened on that run when he got laid out, he didn't really. I mean, they only threw the ball like 7 times in the second half, so there wasn't really a lot to. I know a lot of people are like, well, he had the flea flicker to Mac Hollins. First of all, he kind of floated. That wasn't necessarily like a throw you had to drive.
Kind of a jump hook throw.
Right.
Yeah.
And then some of the ones that he had a drive, like the one across the middle late in the first half to Booty, as you said, is kind of low. Like he was missing low.
He never misses low.
Never.
If anything, it's high and wild. Like he's wild at the beginning of the game. Not these games, but last year.
Anything to do with the weather, though? I mean, I know we're talking shoulder, but he's been throwing in some storms here the last couple games.
Yeah. I mean, like, what a hell of a throw against the Texans. A couple throws against there. Just to make it the booty one was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
If you're asking, like,
no.
Hey, is there concern?
No, I was just wondering with some things that we should be on the lookout for.
Yeah, he's got the outs. You got to drive the outs. Like, they got corners that sit. They Witherspoon and them, they'll get after you.
Both very aggressive, yeah. Witherspoon and Woolen.
I'm more worried about protection than I am him. Like, don't let him get hit early in this game to where he lands on it. Then it becomes problematic. Then you go into halftime, and then you got Bad Bunny coming out, and then all of a sudden you're not loose. And
right.
You're stiff coming out for that second
Everything's
half.
longer.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So what if Good Bunny came out?
Yeah.
That'd be all right?
That'd be all right.
That Bunny's a cooler name, Paul.
No.
Get with it.
No question.
So, Zoe, other than the game itself, what's your favorite part about Super Bowl?
The
Radio Row?
signage, the hoopla around it.
Yeah.
Like just everybody's excited to be here. You're taking over an entire city. That's what I didn't like about Vegas. Vegas seems like it absorbed the Super Bowl. When you go to these other cities, bang, it's here. You're like, I didn't remember.
Yeah. So
I don't remember seeing one sign of the visiting of the teams that were in the Super Bowl.
Right. The Super Bowl changes cities, but it can't change Vegas.
Vegas eats it up.
Yeah. Okay, that's
just crazy.
I wasn't there for that, so that's interesting.
I like to build up to the week because, like, I didn't think media night was great. I liked it when it was in the ballparks, to where it says stadium feel. This was like a big dark room. It was spacious. I know it's better for TV because they can move the cameras around and stuff.
Right.
For the outlets for power because it's hard in a baseball stadium. But I think the arenas and baseball stadiums, that's where it should be.
Okay.
I didn't like opening night.
Yeah. All right. I didn't go. We got stuck here. We didn't get back until like
funny.
6.
So we were going to cover to Seattle. We're like, does anybody have like another 2 hours to stay here? Does anybody have a Seattle story to cover? There's none.
No, I agree. We didn't stay for Seattle. It's the first time that I've been covering it that we didn't do both.
Our
teams.
quarterback's a star. They don't have any, I don't think. Smith and Jigba's
Well,
good.
the receiver's good, but he's under. He doesn't talk a lot, right? He's not like really out there.
I've done Seattle and I got to go, but I've done the Seattle stations and they're like, "Oh, this is Legion of Boom 2.0." I'm like,
"Yeah,
dude, that Legion of Boom. I knew that defense inside and out. I can tell you when I went to college. All that I can tell you. Everybody we had on offense. That second half of that 49 was probably my most fun ever calling a game.
Yeah,
that and the AFC Championship game in the second half in
Kansas City.
That was my 2 best calls.
That was unbelievable. Yeah.
All right, love you guys.
All right,
see you around the block.
Go back to work.
Let's go, Pat.
Yep. Take off the headphones. All right. Okay.
Scott Zolak.
So I guess
the one-man party.
I guess we had a little audio problem for a second. Huh?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
I feel like if I just put these on, I mean, what do you guys think? Is this?
There you
the
go.
Zoe thing?
Yeah, that's the
start
Zoe
leaning.
thing.
Yeah, lean it. Yeah, you got the lean going.
Yeah, I mean, great.
There you go.
I mean, like that's what I do. I just jump on his call. On the big plays.
So that's what happens here. People just walk by and they say, "Oh, I'm going to go on with the Patriots." So there's Zoe.
Interesting his take, I think, on the throwing. He's watching. He's looking for signs about when he's getting up. If he's showing any signs of pain and wincing, and he didn't see much. He didn't see much. So.
No talk of Sam Darnold's oblique. I know that was an issue too, as well. I think we'll see.
Yeah, well, Dr. Charles said now that's been a month, so he
should be all right.
He's no longer worried about that.
Travis in West Virginia says, "Will the callers and emails be able to ask questions of your guests?" Sure, why not? Just got to time it right.
Well, it's a yeah.
Yeah. Also, do you plan on taking a commercial break every 12 minutes? All right. So, like, you take one break and everyone starts getting nervous. Don't worry about it.
I thought you were nervous because you had to take a break 12 minutes in.
Don't worry about it. You'll have plenty of us. So,
Yes. By the end of the week, you'll be hoping that we take breaks every 12 minutes.
All right.
So can I go off on a tangent for a second?
Sure.
Because we had a gentleman walk by about 5 minutes ago. The big tall is it Steve Palazzolo?
Oh yeah, from PFF, right?
PFF, right? So that made me think. I don't know if you guys caught any of this. Okay, the Minnesota Vikings general manager got fired.
Yep.
A couple days before we left, or maybe the day before we left. Kwesi Mensa Adolfo.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yep.
Did I get that right?
Yep, I think you did.
One of the things that came, it was an odd sort of situation to get fired at the time that he did. Usually it's either during the season, right after the season, or after the draft. This was kind of in between, so that's why it was kind of strange. There was some good sort of breakdowns of all the things that went wrong. And one of the main thing is he hasn't drafted well. His drafts have been awful, and it's not just about J.J. McCarthy. Now, obviously, if they got the quarterback right, he probably still has a job. But they have a couple of real bad picks, including one of my Everett guys, Lewis Seen, who ended up getting a devastating injury right away, never really played. So that's the reason that was given. I don't know if you guys saw this, but people were indicating that he used to use PFF grades.
Oh, yeah?
For drafting.
Wow.
And it made me think of it seeing Steve. Steve's a great guy. We see him at training camp all the time. He's a really nice guy. Works with PFF.
I thought he said he was leaving PFF.
He did.
Oh, does he not work there anymore? Well, that's how I met him.
Is
through PFF. I used to be on shows on NBC Sports Boston with him years and years ago.
I'll check.
Does he have his own endeavor now? So we should credit that
I will.
if he does. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for correcting me.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me look bad on the air, I mean. But I just thought that was really interesting. A general manager is I don't know if he admitted it or if people suspected it. Now all of a sudden all the dirt's coming out about it. But guys not drafted well, and they're blaming it on PFF.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting.
We've been on that.
We can carry on.
Let's see if we can take a phone call.
He's on something called Check the Mic now.
Let's go to Teak in Sandeo. Teak, are you there?
Teak.
Yes.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yep, I'm here.
Hi.
I'm doing great. Yeah, thanks for taking the call. Sorry, the radio is delayed there a little bit. I'm awesome. I moved from Boston here 3 years ago, and it has been awesome to see the journey here the past month to watch the Pats play at Levi's. I luckily can't go because it would take too much away from the wedding budget. I wanted to do three quick things here. Instead of Ubers, I did want to recommend the Caltrain. If you ever have to get down, that is a much smoother, faster, more
So where do you
easier
pick the
way
Caltrain
than
up
sitting
from?
in traffic. So you can get on at 4th and King in San Francisco, and it goes all the way downtown to San Jose Diridon. You can get off at Mountain View and take a train right to Levi's Stadium. You can just Uber from there, which I think would cut down the traffic a lot. But at 4th and King in downtown SF, which I think is about a few blocks away from the Monroe Center.
So what if you're coming from Santa Clara?
If you're coming from Santa Clara, you got to take a train from Santa Clara to Mountain View. It's the VTA. It's a little unfortunate.
Okay, I'm out.
But
This
there's
is
a
becoming
Mountain
an
View
episode of the
out there.
California.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, I like
Gotta go down on the 405.
As soon as I have to go from one thing to another, I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, just wanted to call out the train. Two quick things, and then I can jump off.
All right.
As a Pats fan, anything that you recommend as a must-do this week? Going to the NFL Experience on Thursday, and then the Connecticut Yankee Bar. But anything else that you guys wanted to call out as a must-do as a Pats fan? And then my other question, for the actual game, do you feel May or Brady were more poised and prepared for their first Super Bowl?
Huh. Do I think May or Brady was more poised and prepared? That's a really good question.
Yep.
We'll hit that. But to answer your first question, Patriots will be announcing probably today that Friday and Saturday they'll have locations in San Francisco for fan rallies. There'll be two bars. The one on Saturday, they're also going to do a live all access. So look for that. We'll get that out there. But there will be on Friday and Saturday things for fans to come up and check out. And I did hear about that Connecticut Yankee Bar. I guess that's a pretty good hangout for Patriots fans as well. But thanks for calling in. So let's go to his second question.
Yeah.
Which quarterback, Brady or May, do you think is at their points in their career more prepared for the Super Bowl?
It's a really good question. I mean, I don't know that we knew that Tom Brady was prepared for the Super Bowl until he went out there and did it, especially at the end. And that to me is the question needs to be answered after the Super Bowl. I know it's a great question. I mean, I don't really know how to answer it other than to say if Drake May goes out there and has a clutch performance and when the game's on the line goes out and plays his best football, then I'd put him on the same level as Tom Brady.
I would say, and I know this is going to be crazy.
For this game, not all time.
For this game, I would say that May is more prepared, and here's why. Brady was the backup that came in for Bledsoe. There was a point in the season where Bledsoe got better, and Belichick said, no, we're going to be sticking with Brady for the foreseeable future. And then Brady gets hurt in the Pittsburgh game and twists his ankle. And, May didn't have any of those things. From the beginning of the season, May was the quarterback. He didn't have, like he has this injury now, but there's no question he's going to play. And there's no decision that Vrabel has to make, like Belichick had to make. Like, I don't know if, like, those are things are probably pretty minor, but May didn't have to deal with any of those things, like, a starter looming over him or anything like that. So I think there was less pressure on him from that standpoint. So, I think it's pretty close, but I give that maybe that tips it into May's favor.
But would you say the pressure prepared Tom Brady to do it? He was
Maybe.
more prepared because he had pressure all year on him. I think they have similar kind of coaching. I mean, Bill obviously had been around for a while, but Josh has been around for a while, has been coached in multiple Super Bowls. So I think they both have very experienced coaching to help them manage this game, because it is more of an exhibition feel. It's not your traditional away game or home game. It's longer. Things are drawn out. All that.
Yeah. Now, Brady is Brady. I think he was prepared to play in the Super Bowl when he was in high school because that's his makeup. I think that he has, that clutch gene that you can only know if a player has until they're in those positions. And so far, May really, frankly, he hasn't been in those positions enough to know if he has it.
Yeah.
So we know now that Brady was prepared from probably the day he was born.
Yeah, it's hard to answer because of that. Like you it's impossible to take out what you know about Brady's clutch and all that stuff. I would say that just judging on the same stage of the career, May is more prepared because he's played so much more football. Like he started the last half of last year, and he obviously played a much bigger role in the offense this year than Brady did the year in 01. Now, where Brady separated himself, and we've gone over it a million times, is those individual games that needed to be won at the end, he did it every single time.
Right.
But we don't, he had the luxury of really kind of being a quote-unquote game manager and letting the defense set him up in low-scoring games and whatnot that Brady did. May hasn't had that luxury.
Right.
May's been the offense.
He has had to have been. But there's kind of a narrative going around that, May's first year as a starter, well, not his first year, but this year as a starter was much better than Brady's first year as a starter. I'm not sure about that.
Well, statistically it has been.
Statistically.
And he's been asked to do more, but that's, I think, diminishing what Brady did.
Right.
Like down 10 with 4 minutes left against San Diego.
Yep.
In his second home start.
Yep.
After they got blasted in Miami, that season could have spiraled out of control if they lose that game.
Yep.
All kinds of pressure on him there. So,
and I think that he had at least 2 300-plus yard games that first year Brady did. Didn't he?
I don't remember about the yards. I know he threw for 354 in the snow against Oakland.
Right.
In the divisional round game. Plus he ran for a touchdown.
Yep.
Again, down 10 in the fourth quarter. And they come back to tie. Obviously, the miracle kick. There's some luck along the way, too. But in terms of, like, the chunk of the offense, what's been on May's shoulders as compared to what was on Brady's shoulders? I think there's been more on May.
Now.
But that overlooks the stuff that Brady had to do, though, and I don't want to do that.
And listening to you guys talk about it, I feel like I kind of want to say I think Brady was. I think I'm going over to that side of the street just with the challenges he had during the season, what he showed during the season, and I think it's going to be a great unknown. Drake May had a great comeback against the Ravens. That was when he kind of broke the ice at the end of the season and finally got that fourth quarter comeback that we've been waiting for, as well as a 300-yard passing game. So, is he going to be able to do it here on the biggest stage? It's what makes it so much fun.
Now, I will say that if you were new to the Patriots and you just started watching them in the playoffs and you're just watching May in the playoffs and you ask, hey, is he ready to play in the Super Bowl? The answer would probably be like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't had that great a playoff.
No, and I think that's where a lot of the discourse this week and last week have been. Is it teams that are, and granted, this is the playoffs, and what you do in the playoffs is what you should be judged by, but it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle on offense. He's done a lot of damage with his legs. He's had some MVP throws, but we haven't really seen an MVP caliber performance. And I think people are like me thinking, hey, we're in San Francisco. He's had a couple weeks to get healthy. He's 23 years old. He should be feeling pretty good. Climate's going to be favorable to him in this game. Time to shine. Time to come back and give these NFL fans, everybody, around the world that's going to be watching this game, want to see Drake May come out and play like Drake May.
He did have one 300-yard game, and it was that San Diego game.
Yeah.
That he came back. He threw for 364 in, week 5.
Yep.
That was his one 300-yard game during the regular season. Then he had another one in the playoffs, obviously in the Raiders game.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think Brady's first year is underrated. Obviously it ended with a Super Bowl win, but he played really well during the season.
I would agree.
To the point where it wasn't even a decision whether or not he would stay as the starter.
No, as long as he was healthy, he was going to stay in, and that's why Belichick was so adamant. Like, remember when he hurt his ankle against Pittsburgh, and then it wasn't 2 weeks in between the games because of 9/11. It was the next week, so there was some question.
Yeah.
And Belichick diffused that immediately by declaring early in the week, I think by Wednesday, he had said it. No, Brady's starting.
Yeah.
Brady is the starter.
And I know a lot of Patriots fans want to move on from Brady because Brady seems to have moved on from us. But listen, he's the greatest of all time. So any comparisons to any quarterback, just be careful. Herm's in D.C. What's up, Herm? How you doing? Herm. Well, he was holding on for a while, so he dropped off. It's tough in D.C.
Super Bowl, come on.
Let's
hang in there.
Let's go to Nelson in L.A. What's up, Nelson? Nelson. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Nelson.
Hey, we going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
We're at the Super Bowl.
We're there.
We're there.
Hey, okay. Then I got a question then. Do y'all gonna know any tailgates so I could be outside the Super Bowl? Because I'm thinking of going over there too, but I don't have enough money for the ticket.
Any what?
Any parties around the Super Bowl? Any
tailgates that's
tailgates,
gonna be
parties?
outside
Well, I would say that
alumni events, whatever.
That Connecticut Yankee bar, I guess, is a great place if you want to be with other Patriots fans. And like I said, Patriots will be making an announcement for Friday and Saturday night bars that they're going to have rallies at, and that'll be free of charge too, I imagine.
All right.
Packed,
So I'll keep ahead.
Yeah.
So where do I look that up at? In the website, in the Patriots website, or what?
Patriots Social. I'll follow me on X, and I'll put it out on my account as well.
Okay.
If you don't already follow me, you should.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's Fred _
Good follow.
Kirsch.
Good follow.
Fred's a good follow.
Yeah, good follow.
Yeah.
I'll be
And then he
there
goes,
on
I think
Sunday
it's-
morning,
Okay.
ready to see the game. Let's go Patriots all the way, baby.
All
I
right.
never had a doubt.
Thank you.
So, Fred, is
Matt,
there
this thing conked out over here.
is there like a party on Saturday night? I remember we had kind of been talking about that, like some kind of fan party.
Yeah,
or
it's a
something
rally.
like that? Rally, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's up here in San Fran?
Yeah.
Now, was that a different party than All Access? There's a different event?
No, it's part of the same.
Okay.
So okay. All right. So, all right. He hung up. All right. Good. So that's a problem. That thing times out. This thing. Can we fix that so it doesn't time out? Okay. All right. Let's get to the emails. We'll get you involved here. Let's see. Austin says, I was listening late last week, so I didn't get a chance to ask in the discussion between Paul and Evan. Evan suggested the Hall of Fame should step in and overrule the Belichick non-first ballot induction. Paul stated that would set a bad precedent. Kind of agree with that. But Paul is on record poo-pooing the whole Hall process.
I don't like the process. That
so
is
my
true.
question for Paul is, if the whole process is faulty anyway, why would it matter if someone stepped in to put Belichick in?
Because now you're not having any process.
He's just picking.
Yeah.
He's just
You're
picking
just
the winners.
randomly saying, I think he should go and I don't think he should.
Right.
Like, at least there's some vote that, there's some standards. The part of the process I don't like is the whole separation of the contributors, coaches, and whatnot, seniors. And then you can only have a certain amount from those categories that go in. I don't like that. I guess my biggest problem is I don't like the limits on the numbers. Fred had the good point of, if it's John Elway, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, all in the same year, and you limit it to only 3 can go in, so 2 of those guys can't go in?
Right.
Like,
Stupid.
I don't really understand that.
Yep. So I think what Paul's saying is he'd like to overhaul the whole system, but you can't just do a one-off.
Right. And I don't like the idea of you didn't like the results of the vote, so I'm going to overrule it. I don't think there should be a czar to overrule.
No.
the
committee.
I like what you said of just maybe some year there isn't anybody to go into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, but you can't do that because it's
Small hall.
made for TV event. Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. Dan in Virginia and Michigan. Fred mentioned you're going to have guests this week. Hopefully those guests include Marcus Jones and Ramondre Stevenson, both appearing on the show at the same time, placing Paul in an awkward situation.
It's true.
Stuck between his two man crushes like he's a cheating husband on Maury Povich.
Just so you know, they were both at podiums last night at opening night, and I did get to both of those podiums a couple of times, just saying, just want to say hey.
What? So wait, Paul, what did you talked to Ramondre in the locker room? Was it last week?
I did. Yeah. I did. I just when he was on the post game that week, and Mike, you did it. Like you're the one that sort of let the cat out of the bag on me, and you mentioned how I was sort of
Did you see that block by Ramondre? Like,
commenting
the ball, Paul.
every other play about his blocks, and he had said that he noticed it, and he really appreciated that I pointed it out. So I went up to him. I go, "You don't think I missed that kind of stuff, do you?" And then he was laughing. And I don't really I don't pretend to have great relationships with these guys, especially now. Like the further removed I am in age to these guys, the less I feel like I know them. But I just like that he's got an old school game about him that I like and I appreciate. And I told him, and he was laughing with me, and he was like, "No, I'm glad somebody still watches blocking." And I'm like, "Well, I kind of, to be honest, kind of don't. I watch the ball. I'm a ball knower,
Except
but I watch the ball." It's hard to ignore some of the blocks that he has made throughout the course of the season, including in the snow on the flea flicker against Denver.
He's been awesome, and nobody's talking about him or the Patriots' run game. I mean, Travion Henderson has kind of disappeared in the playoffs. He hasn't even been playing much. But I see those guys as X factors in this game, and if they're able to pick up some yards, I mean, if you could get a Travion Henderson explosive, X plays, Paul, is what we call it. You get a Travion X play, I think that's a real, kind of game changer. If they're able to, Seattle's very good. They're very sound. They got quick line. I mean, they get to the ball. It's going to be hard to move the ball, but I haven't heard any talk at all about the potential of the Patriots run game.
I think you have a better chance of an X play, from one of those guys than you do of having a good,
just a solid,
consistent running game.
They don't
allow. I mean, I think they allow 90 yards a game rushing. Yeah. So you can't really run on them, but anybody can get a crease on one play.
Yeah,
and I think
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
I forget which game it was. It was Tampa where everybody over pursues and he cuts to the backside and he's gone. We all know it's one freaky weird play in the Super Bowl can all of a sudden just upend the dynamic of the whole thing.
So how much, if anything, on offense do you think that we haven't seen yet that we might see in the Super Bowl for the Patriots? Like, have they held anything back?
I would just
come
say
up with anything new?
A continued expansion of Drake's mobility in the red zone, which we saw obviously the Denver one. Maybe a little bit more RPO holding the ball. That was just more of a QB draw kind of situation, but I just think that's money in the bank, and that kid can run, and you don't want him to take hits, but when he runs into the end zone, he's not taking much of a hit.
Yeah, and I think I like the red zone running part because I think that has been more and more prevalent the last couple of weeks. We saw a quarterback draw the other day. Well, not the other day now, but the last game. In terms of are they holding anything back? I don't think per se they're holding anything back, but it looks like every week Josh has a new trick play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a flea flicker, or it's a variation of a flea flicker, and
other than the failed Brady pass back to Brady, have we seen a lot of trick plays in Super Bowls with Josh? I'm struggling to really think of any. I mean, I know the direct snap to the running back to carry it in for a 2-point. I don't know.
You saw that.
Not too much of a trick play, but
I think those are trick plays.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's just one aspect that I really feel confident about is just Josh McDaniels and his experience.
I'm thinking more along the lines of all of a sudden Travion Henderson as an outlet back, becomes a big factor in this game. Something like that.
Yeah. But I think Josh is going to have a good plan. I mean, Paul, I don't know if you saw him last night. He had a good contingent of media around him, but it sounds like he's in a good place. And I just that's something where I love Vrabel's attitude that he's brought to this team, but he's not the most experienced coach. It's certainly, he's played in a Super Bowl, but I think this is a big step for him to coach in a Super Bowl. And that experience that Josh has, and that they can lean into, I think it's going to be really big.
So I'll give you one small example, like, are they holding anything back? It might not necessarily be holding anything back, but I think of variations of, it's unbelievable. People just randomly walk right through you.
All right.
A variation of a play, and I don't remember, there was a time that 2001, there was a touchdown late in the first half, Brady to David Patton, gave him the 14-3 lead. Against the Rams in New Orleans. And I remember, Brian Morey did a lot of work on this play, I think as part of the Hall of Fame too. But we used to know all the verbiage to the play, and it was just a slight adjustment they made. It was like this play that they had run bread and butter, like an out, and they just had like a quick little sight adjustment, and it was a little out and up, and it was there, and it's a huge touchdown in the Super Bowl, and it gave them the separation and made the Rams chase the whole second half. So it could be something subtle like that, where it's something you've run all year, maybe something with Diggs that you've been sort of sitting on, and you've seen the opposing defense is starting to really sit on Diggs in those key spots, and they're doubling him. Maybe you run a double move with him somewhere and maybe catch him free instead of, for a 7-yard pass, maybe it becomes a 25-yard gain. Something like that. Just a little subtle change of a route.
Yeah, of what they've been doing and things that they're certainly keying on. A lot of these teams now, everybody knows everything. They've seen all the tape. So, no, I think there'll be some change-ups. I mean, they'll probably be so subtle that those of us who aren't Evan won't recognize the
well, we'll just ask
nuance.
We'll just ask Evan, and he'll tell us what we don't know.
Jordan in Atlanta, you've made it to California, so you officially have to shut the door on whining about the city, the venue, the travel, etc. The only exception is the fact that Delta is in fact much better than United, and I hope Alex didn't see her Pilot X on the way out.
I did enjoy a seamless flight on Delta, which was very good.
Yep. On to the actual football question. I'm hoping for some real answers before Paul steps in and grumbles about it actually being a stupid question quietly in the corner.
There are no stupid questions.
Yes, we can hear you.
Stupid people that ask them.
Don't change. We know we can hear you. There's already been plenty of conversation about when Seattle has the ball, how to coverage ASN. Yes, cloud coverage is better than local access network coverage. Fred, how to pressure Darnold with 4 or more, stopping the run, etc. But what about this matchup for the Patriots offense against Seattle's defense? Are there specific personnel groupings or play philosophies we're expecting to see McDaniels and team attack with?
Yeah.
So that's basically the gist of his question.
Yeah, it's really hard. They don't blitz a lot when they do pick their spots. I was talking actually to Ashton Grant, the quarterback's coach, last night a little bit about Seattle. When they pick their spots, they usually get home. But they also have, I got it written down here, they've got 4 guys with over 40 quarterback pressures this year. So the thing I was asking Ashton Grant about was, we hear a lot about at the Super Bowl that it's a long game and we get to the end and the defenses are gassed and the offenses tend to go up and down the field. But with Seattle going 5, 6, 7 deep on the front,
a lot of players.
They might not be too tired at the end. So this, I think, is a potential factor. I said to Ashton, I'm like, can we make them tired? How do you tire them out?
One of the things to answer the question, can you do something different? Maybe do you do some tempo and prevent them from subbing as much?
I like that.
It might be a way to tire them out.
That's the kind of thing where that's a Josh McDaniels experiencing. And I was thinking about it last night. I'd love to sit down and hear how he comes up with a game plan. Like, where does it start? What do you say? Like, this is what we think they're bad at. This is what we're good, and this is where they all intersect. But there's no question this whole defense plays really well together. Devin Witherspoon's an awesome player. The rookie, Eamon Wari, he's all over the place. He's playing, essentially like an off-the-wall linebacker kind of role over on the overhangs, and they're really hard to deal with because it's just simple math.
On this defense, Ernest Jones, I think is a terrific player.
Huge interception return this year. He got 5 picks, but it's just simple math. If you can get consistent pressure with 4 guys and you can cover with 7, it's really hard. There's not a lot of space to throw the ball, and even though you've got 5 blockers, they've got guys who can get home and win even when they're double teamed.
Hey, Matt Morrell, I just sent you Carl from Germany just sent us a side-by-side with Deuce and Zolak. If at some point, if we can get that up, it's pretty funny because they're the same person.
Mike gets confused for Zoe.
The only difference is Zoe dyes his hair. Mike doesn't.
Right. Yeah. I think he's got some blonde still left in there. I don't know if that's natural.
No, believe me, it isn't.
I've gotten mistaken for him a couple times, and I'm like, That's an insult to Zoe. Zoe's like 6'5".
I know.
He's an NFL quarterback.
But people don't know.
Yeah, but you manned PP too.
I PP too.
Back in the day, like
I don't even know I manned it.
People said that I was Belichick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like years ago. They thought I was Belichick.
You saved that one for me.
Oh,
it's a good thing you never said that to Andy because he'd be killing you for that one.
No, like I was walking out the building once, and this guy goes, Bill.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you got the sleeves rolled up, Fred. I mean, you're close.
The best I get is Rochi.
Rochi?
I go, not all gray-haired guys look the same.
Yeah.
I did get confused for Jim McBride once, too.
Okay. Let's go to Sean in Vancouver. What's up, Sean?
I think we got a guest coming in here.
Okay.
What's going on? We're going to be left heavy on this one over here. So, how are y'all doing? Thank you, man.
Paul
Nice to meet you.
Snowing in the second half. Do you think, what are the possibilities that for the Super Bowl, the honorary captain will be Malcolm Butler? I'll leave you on that. Go Patriots.
That's a good one. I think that would be really apropos if they had Malcolm Butler as the honorary captain for the Patriots, and I wouldn't put it past the Patriots to do that. But right now, I told you we're going to have a bunch of great guests throughout the week. Clint Bruce is here. Clint, I'm Fred Kirsch.
Nice to meet you,
Paul
Fred.
Perillo.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Clint, Mike Dussault.
Mike Dussault. So I just want to tell you, Clint, like we were here for a couple days setting this up, and while we're setting up, people would come up and say, hey, can you interview my guy? And mostly I'm like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. But your story intrigued me.
Yeah, it's kind of Forrest Gump kind of stumble up words.
So I know you were a college athlete. You had a cup of coffee with a couple NFL teams, and then you decided to become a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, shit, okay. He's a Navy SEAL. We'll have him on.
Try to clean it up a little bit.
All right.
It's a family show,
That's all right. So first of all, thank you for doing this.
Oh, man, thanks for the opportunity to sit down with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, a great friend of the Patriots organization. One of the things that's not in my pedigree, but it should, is a great New England Patriot, Max Lane.
Yep.
So Max Lane was a senior when I was a freshman at the Naval Academy, and we used to play this towel game where I would grab a towel and he'd grab a towel, and you just try to hang on. And Max would swing me around, and he had that like Max, just toss around.
That's
a real man right there.
Yeah.
Max Lane. I was like, you're big
guy.
and you're powerful.
Yeah.
But what an amazing human being, man. And Joe Cordona, great name. So
Joe is like
he's
one
wonderful.
of the best individuals I've ever met.
He's a great human being.
Yeah.
I've known Rex Burkhead since he was in high school, and so this organization is, the Patriots is a great organization with a lot of affection for the Navy and a lot of history.
Yeah. So tell us, why you're here at Radio Row.
Yeah. So for me, I think I'd be doing a disservice to society to not talk about the impact that my time in the Navy had for me. Military service on the whole, but the Navy in particular, what a blessing it was for me, how it shaped anything I've been able to do. And I do not envy being a young adult these days, just the opportunities, the choices you got to make. But I'll tell you, man, you can't run from hard. Someone's going to use your words, I'm going to eat shit 4 or 5 years of your life no matter what you do. And when you join the military, you're just kind of front-loading that. And you're learning a lot about yourself that's going to serve you for the rest of your life. And so the opportunity to kind of share that story, I kind of tell people, I could describe my life by maps. I've lived on the ball field, the battlefield, the boardroom, and the breakfast table. The ball field, I was an athlete, played football at the academy, played in the NFL briefly, battlefield, member of the special operations community.
Yep.
The boardroom, frankly, was kind of it's the first time I ever felt lost in my entire life, right? And because if you have a map, the worst you'll ever be is wrong, but you won't be lost.
Yeah.
And the ball field and the battlefield are simple maps. They're not easy, but they're simple. You know where the high ground is the day you start. You're playing football, you want to be here in the Super Bowl. In the military, you want to be in the SEAL team, special operators. But the boardroom, it was harder for me. And what I had to do is fall back on what I learned on the ball field and the battlefield that matters in the boardroom.
Yeah.
Because the breakfast table matters most. And so I was so blessed by my time on the battlefield and my time in service. It made me a better husband, it made me a better daddy, made me a better friend. I've extracted those lessons I learned. 80% of what it takes to get to the high ground is the same, regardless of what map you're on. And I always tell people, all you got to do to get to the high ground is you got to find and follow the right people to the right places and become your version of what you love about them, not them 2.0.
Right.
But what happens on the ball field and the battlefield is you step into an infrastructure that exists solely to get you as high and as far as you're willing to go. And so for me, knowing who I wanted to be led by, knowing who I wanted to be built by, I had really high standards because of how blessed I was to have great coaches. I mean, when I was playing at Navy, Paul Johnson, Gary Patterson, Dick Bumps, Tommy Ray, just a who's who. Phil Emery, who was the general manager of Chicago Bears, our strength coach, right? Had unbelievable leadership in the special operations community. So for me, coming to the private sector, it was like, hey, I got to find leaders that are going to build me and make me better than I'd be otherwise. And I got to be that for others, too.
So let me ask you a question, because, like, I'm online a lot, and, there was a day when, like, you were a Navy SEAL, and, like, once you stop becoming a SEAL, you kind of just disappear. Nowadays, like, you guys are out there. Like, you're telling your stories. You're kind of leveraging a little bit. DJ Shipley, guys like that.
Yeah. Well, those dudes are way better than I was.
Well, no. I'm not saying that, but like, now we're hearing about Navy SEALs, which I think is a great thing, because I think it's good for recruiting. I think it's good for kids to have people to look up to.
Yeah.
But it's a change.
I think, listen, the story's out there, so you either got to inform and build the story so people know what it is actually, or you got to let it be whatever the side will make it be. So I think there's an element of stewardship that has to happen. The guys that I think are doing it best are the guys that are talking about the hard stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like, because what gets people is the surprise. And if someone told you all the good stuff but they didn't tell you it was going to be hard, they're going to be doing you a disservice. And I think what guys like DJ and some of these other guys are doing is they're extracting from their experiences on the battlefield. And like DJ's got a ton more real world experience than I do. But they're extracting what they did on the battlefield that matters in the boardroom and the breakfast table.
Right.
There's not as much of a here I was, there I was. If they're mining those experiences they had, it's for the purposes of trying to help you become the better you.
Yeah.
Because, like, I always tell people, like, I'd be a horrible you. I'd be a terrible you. But there's things I've done that can help you be the better you. And for me, when those are mistakes and things I wish I'd done better, there's redemption in that. I always say the most elite people I know, they preach from their pain and they share their scars. And there's redemption in that. Like, if I stop a young guy from making a mistake that I made when I was his age, it's never a positive, but maybe it went from -8 to -5. So I think the knowledge of these communities is out there.
Yeah.
And if we don't have guys that fill that vacuum, that demand signal with the truth of what it is and what it takes to be successful,
right,
then there's going to be younger people that are trying to make a decision. They're going to be misinformed about the decision they make.
Yep.
So I like it when it's done well. And the guys that are doing it well are the guys that talk about the mistakes and talk about how hard it was, talk about the strain it puts on the family.
Well, tell me about a mistake you made that you learned from.
God, we don't have enough time. I'm the photo negative of DJ and those guys. I'm like, one time I just went the wrong direction, but there was bad guys there too, so it kind of worked out. I'm trying to think of the most relevant. I really am. I'm kind of stunned into silence. Got so many to choose from. And I don't spend a lot of time on mistakes past mining. Like, once I make a mistake, I just mine for everything it is. I'll tell you this. If I could, for me, curiosities, I mentored the Ohio State football team last year when they made their national championship. And I told Coach Day after my first session with the team, I said, hey, man, there's 2 other teams that have asked me the level of questions that your team's just asked me, like the intimacy, authenticity. And I'm not going to say this is going to happen, but the last team was Florida State when they won their national championship, LSU when they won their national championship. And it was because of the real man, hard questions they were asking me. And I was so impressed by the courage it takes to ask questions. So I esteem curiosity greatly. I tell people curiosity is criteria. It determines how well we're going to get along. Curiosity is courage, because the reason we don't ask questions is fear. It's a creator. Every great thing in my life is on the other side of a question that scared me. It's a catalyst. It's how we get better, and it's a complacency killer. Complacency is a killer. So I would tell you, every mistake that I've ever made has been because I didn't ask the question, or I didn't ask the question to the right people, or acted like I already knew when I didn't. Right. And so for me, if I could tell the 24-year-old me anything, I'd say, man, ask more questions than you want to, listen longer than you think you have to.
No, I tell my people, if you're not asking questions, then there's something wrong.
Well, for me, like if you're not asking questions, you're telling me one of 2 things. You're telling me you already know everything, you don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 things that you're telling me you don't ask questions.
Right.
And so I'm like, I know you don't know everything. Yeah. So all that's left is you don't really care.
Yeah.
So we got to ask questions.
Yeah,
Can
Fred,
you give us
let me ask
maybe
a
an
question.
example? Can you give us an example maybe of the specific type of questions?
I'll
like,
tell you.
The Ohio State,
Well,
what separated those?
I'll tell you, I was so impressed by him. I spoke at LSU, and I remember I was sitting there speaking to the team, And I have this kind of theory: you got to chase pace and pull. You got to chase the right people, the right places. You got to keep pace with people that are going to leave you behind if you don't do the work. You got to have accountability. You got to pull someone behind you. And Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, I think he's a freshman at the time. He goes, "Hey, what happens if you haven't had a lot of men to chase in your life?" And I was like, "Man," I said, "Listen," I said, "Here's what I know: only brave men can ask that question authentically." And what you didn't see, because he was sitting up front, I said, every man on this team leaned forward. And so what I tell you is a guy who has the courage to ask that question is going to do well. And I said, that's what I love about the game. The game gives us people to chase. And this is when Patrick Peterson was there. It's like, you chase him, you're going to be all right. You know, you chase him, you chase his coaching staff. And so, you know, I lost my dad when I was young. When I lost my dad, I just picked these percentages of qualities in people's life that were around me that reminded me of him and that I wanted for myself and that he wanted for me. And I just chased those things, you know. Like with Max, like I chased Max Max just kept things simple. And at some point in time, he's like, just be able to physically dominate the person in front of you.
Max
so
is pretty simple dude.
He's awesome. He's awesome. He's the giant soybean in the soybean festival, right? He's a wonderful human being. But, I mean, we're all aggregates. And so, you know, we're all the right side of an equal sign, and a lot of our life has to come with who's on that left side. Like, you know, Matty Patricia, watching him, I mean, he's just such a wonderful human being. And so what you don't have in your life, there is someone in sightline that'll be what you don't have. And if you don't find him, it's on you. No one's a victim.
Yeah.
If you had someone worth chasing and you just didn't ask him, you're not a victim.
Yep.
You know, so, and I think that's that urgency that the ball field gives us, right?
Yeah.
And I think I would have asked. It's like I said, I mean, I would have told the 24-year-old me, ask more questions than you want to, listen longer than you think you have to.
So in the game, you got a dog in this fight?
Man, I want no one to get hurt. I want the linebackers to dominate. And you know, I don't. I love the game. I want the game to be great. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I want, you know, the beauty that sometimes only football can, the story it can tell, to happen. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a dog in the fight,
so
man.
Nothing we can do to make you a Patriots fan?
Listen, I think when the Patriots win, everybody wins, right? Like in America, right? Like I love. I think the Vrabel story is a great story, man. I love.
Do you have any interaction with Mike?
Yeah, I've been around him. I've been around him a couple times. Yeah, I've been around him a couple times when he was at Tennessee, and you know, he's a try-hard dude that maxed his talent, and he brings the best out. He's a player's coach. So I love seeing good guys like that win, right?
Yeah.
But I just love the game, man. I'm one of these guys that, like, I just love watching good games happen.
Yeah.
You know, if the Patriots win, I'm excited, you know?
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that. Right?
I gotta ask him about being a Navy SEAL. Can we talk about Navy SEAL for a second?
Yeah, it was hard and cold.
Yeah. Well, your experience playing sports, though, in football, what was it like? You know, do you take more from the mental aspect of sports or the physical challenge? Did you go into that experience thinking, like, I played football, I can handle this? And then
not necessarily. What I would tell you, though, is, like I said earlier, like ball field, battlefield, these maps, there's a percentage of what it takes that seamlessly transfers to the next one. So I would tell you I was really fortunate in that I had so many reps as a football player on the ball field that the neck up stuff, the mental toughness, the transition, the next play, like, got to get over, got to move to the next thing, that relentless, like, hey, it's coming next, you can't rest. Like, I do think that, you know, football, Division I football, and certainly football at the Naval Academy gave me a tremendous advantage.
Yeah.
One of the questions I get asked all the time is, like, what did you learn going through SEAL training? And my answers may be different. I go, nothing. And they go, what do you mean? I said, well, what I learned when I was going through SEAL training is who was telling me the truth and who wasn't my whole life. Because SEAL training was a proving ground. It's not a learning environment. You don't have time to learn. Yeah. You have time to prove. You're going to prove, like, hey. So, you know, for me, I was taught so much by a great dad, then he died. And then I had coaches that kind of picked up the torch for him. And so when it came time to prove what I'd learned, I realized I'd learned the right stuff.
Good.
Do you feel like after you went through SEAL training that, man, if I could go back and play football right now, the level I could push to get to?
Yeah, 100%, man. But, you know, I've always been a try-hard guy, so I've never shown up and thought, I mean, I love football way sooner than football loved me. I was the fifth-string fullback in 8th grade in Garland, Texas, and there were only 3 other fullbacks. So, like, do the math, right? And I remember my dad said, son, I'm not disappointed you're the fifth-string fullback. I'm disappointed they wrote it in the program. I'm like, well, he showed me. They printed that sucker up. And so I think for me, I would have gone back. And, you know, I had, you know, Ravens and then went through SEAL training, came back out to the Saints. This is in 99, it's pre-9/11. And I do think the things you think about yourself become proven when you go through that training. And so in a wade back into something with a belief being proven is a powerful thing. But I also think you just become smarter. Like you learn how to – I wasn't a guy that was really great at recovery and kind of preservation and all this other stuff. But you're not going to make it through training unless you take recovery seriously. Like because
you got 6 minutes to sleep. You need to sleep.
100%, right? And so I think it would have made me a better athlete because I would have taken the things that I came out of war like if it wasn't hard, if it didn't hurt, it didn't work, right? And you just learn that like, hey, man, some of that's true, but the sleep, stretch, length of strength, all these other things. I think it definitely would have benefited me as an athlete.
Well,
yeah.
we appreciate you coming by. How do people learn more about you?
Yeah, man, thanks for that. Well, obviously you want to learn more about the Navy. The Navy's got an amazing website that kind of talks to you about everything we do. And my daughters told me I have an Instagram, I think. I don't know how to log into it.
It's like you, Freddie.
But I think
it's a good follow.
I think it's real Clint Bruce.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is really the only social media I understand.
Okay, yeah.
And so, but those are the ways that if I can be helpful to
so
someone.
you're here on behalf of
I'm here for the Navy. Yeah,
okay.
I'm here to talk about the Navy. I'm here to talk about the opportunities in the Navy. Like, listen, 7% of the world's covered with water. So we got that. We got
right.
50, 60 miles inland and everything above you.
Yeah.
There are great people worth chasing in the Navy and everything that we do. You're going to keep pace with amazing people that you never would have met had you not served. And then part of your job is to pull someone behind you that's going to be better than you.
Yeah.
I've always think all great leaders want to get forgotten. Like you want to build someone in something that eclipses you. And I think God's merciful because when you do it that way, you kind of become unforgettable.
Yeah.
Like John Wooden was trying to get forgotten for the last 50 years of his life. Every year, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar come knocking on the door like, hey, Coach, we got to go. I've known Roger Staubach since the early 90s. I always say, man, never meet your heroes unless it's Roger Staubach.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, man, you are as good as you. But then it's going to be bad because he's going to make you feel worse about yourself, and he doesn't mean to. He's like, oh, Clint, you're good at football, too. I'm like, shut up, Roger. Like, we know that I'm not as good as you. Yeah, that's, military service, Navy in particular, it's a technical branch. I mean, only 10% of the Navy, 15% are guys like me, 85, 90% are, vocational skills and technical skills that map right into the private sector when you get out. And it'll just encourage you. So, yeah, the Navy is why I'm here to talk about that. But obviously, if I can do anything for anybody, I'm very fortunate. I'm the right side of an equal sign, and I got a ton of folks on the left side that have helped me kind of be more than I would have been without them.
There you go. Well, thanks a lot for coming in.
No, thank you guys
Thanks,
so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Absolutely. Air 5. There we go.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, that's Clint Bruce coming by. I told you we'd have some interesting guests. I hope you agree that Clint's a great way to lead that off. All right. Matt, why don't we just take a quick break? When we come back, more calls, more emails, more guests here at Radio Row.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch. Come on. Switch. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs. It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sit on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God. We had a...
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sit on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, we are back here on Radio Row in San Francisco at the Moscone Convention Center. That was Clint Bruce we just had. Alex in Durham says, anyone else ready to run through a wall for Clint? Great guest, motivational, inspirational, and a man, he was captivating. Keep him coming. My first Super Bowl listening to Patriots Unfiltered, and I'm very excited. Who's this? Tony says, great interview. Please interview any additional SEALs or any Delta Force speakers that walk by.
I just wanted like Hell Week conversation. I'm like, so tell me about Hell Week.
So I've talked a little bit about my youngest son who's at the Citadel, and he's sort of planning on going into a similar kind of track. He's thinking maybe Army Rangers. And I was going to bring it up, but I was afraid he was going to say, oh, okay, he's going to do that. Oh, all right. Well, that's your choice.
No,
okay.
Well, hey, we have a Marine here that runs our show. And Matt, maybe I'm wrong, but isn't there just like, look, there's a baseline level of respect. You're in the services, no matter what it is. But then after that, there's the healthy rivalries, right? Like
That's absolutely right. You
Right.
heard him. 15% of them are badass. The other percent give us rides.
There you go.
Spoken like a true
Yeah.
Marine.
But no,
It's like a few good men. I'm just glad you could give us a ride.
a lot of respect for anybody who can make it through, special forces and, get involved with that. That's just a different level. You do that, you're automatically one of the baddest asses on earth.
Look, I don't think I could ever get through it, but there's always part of you that wonders, like, what's it like? How hard is it? How quick would I tap out? And then you see them, like, sitting in the ocean, shivering, holding a log, and, like, getting dipped, and they're like, I wouldn't. I could barely handle being outside in the rally.
How long would I hold out?
Yeah. I can't even hold out to go to the bathroom.
No, I mean, it took Fred 12 minutes.
Right.
I'm out.
I mean,
It's
anyway.
like Kramer.
Right.
All right. Let's get back to the phones. They're all stacked up. So let's go to Kendall in North Carolina. What's up, Kendall? Hey, Kendall. Oh, all right. Kendall dropped off. He couldn't hold up. Let's go to Rodney in California. What's up, Rodney?
I'm calling in.
Hey, Rodney.
Hey.
Rodney.
Hot Rod.
Okay. Rodney, you gotta be ready.
As Fred would say, turn your internet down.
Let's go to Eldred in North Carolina. What's up, Eldred? Eldred.
Oh, come on. If we can't get Eldred on.
I can't hear him.
What are we even doing?
Okay. That's okay.
That's good.
What?
I
I can't
can't
hear
hear him.
anybody. Yeah. All right. We'll try that again later. All right. Let's see. Who's this? I can't. What's his name? Nuriel or something like that. He's got some recommendations to eat just a block away from here.
Oh.
If you want decent food, go to Tad's, T-A-D-S. It's a block away. Check out John's Grill. And then there's Daeho in Japantown. They have an hour-long wait. Well, I'm out. I'm not waiting for an hour. But we just went to Mel's Drive-In. That was pretty good. For breakfast.
It's good.
That was all right.
It was.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent breakfast.
What? Okay. What else does he have to say? Okay. Well, he's just giving some restaurant reviews. That's fine. Let's see. Dave writes in. Where's Dave from? He is from Monterey. I've been listening since 2007. I would like to make a suggestion as we enter into the week's festivities. You guys should start a Patriots Unfiltered Hall of Fame. You can call it Puhoff. My first nomination would be Fred and Paul. Fred has been a leader, team builder, kingmaker. He continues to select stars for the team and has demonstrated the next man up mantra with not only replacing talent as it leaves, but replaced with better talent. Okay.
I don't know about
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Eric because I just think he might not get in, and like it's just his time. It's his time to go. You guys are deserving.
I don't want him to get hung up in the senior committee.
Right. Let's just get Scalavino in there now.
Paul has been the everlasting great white snark, forever the ultimate fan, watching and evaluating the games exactly how us fans do. Always available to defend what his eyes see. His ability to recall game scores, specific plays, and matching players with their jersey numbers makes him a rare savant that we are privileged to have access to.
I'm privileged to have access to you, Paul.
So, funny story. Mike, yes, it is a privilege for you.
Can I have access to you later, do you think?
Last night, so the players are walking around at media night, opening night. And obviously you have the ones at the podiums, but there's another 50 players walking around that aren't at podiums, and they all have their pullovers on and their numbers. Paul don't know all the numbers all that well of the current team.
Yeah, right.
1978, I got you. Prentice
83?
McRae, number 34, I got you. But right now, there were guys walking around last night, and I didn't have Mike next to me to say, oh, Mike, who's that?
John Giles.
No, I hear exactly what you're saying. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Like, this season seems to have gone so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even get a chance to learn everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like, and they weren't just like practice squad guys. Like, they were like regular players that I was like, oh.
Yeah, Ernest Johnson. Sneak up on you.
34.
34.
Yeah, I got him, but skill position guy.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of linemen walking around last night, and I was like, I think that's Caden Wallace. I think that might be
a lot of them have the glasses
Marcus
on,
Bryant.
too.
Marcus Bryant is like built in the tackle
yeah,
factory.
he's a huge
Oh, yeah,
like that's
he's
exactly what with an offensive tackle. So I know what he looks like. But yeah, I was struggling with some of the guys last night.
No, it was looked like Will Campbell was having a great time. I mean,
Will
he's got
he's got
a good sense of humor, and people were coming up and joking with him. It looks like he was doing a really good job. But yeah, it's like I can't, because you told me usually in the past the guys, like the secondary guys, have tables.
No,
they always just wander out through without the
during
thing.
the week they will.
During the week they'll be at tables.
Oh, okay.
Everybody will be at tables.
Okay.
That's not at a
I got you.
podium.
And were the coaches in the stands? Like,
yeah, there was like a little side area.
Around. Yeah.
They were walking around a little bit, but not a lot of people going up to talk to him. That's why I went and talked to Ashton Grant, who great guy. Have a little bit of a connection to him, and he was, again, another big thing he was just saying was how impressed he was with Vrabel, the job that he's done this year, just always pushing the right buttons. And everybody agrees. I talked also to Bob Quinn, who's one of the secondary special teams coaches, who we don't get access to him. Springer comes out and talks, and he was coaching at Holy Cross when I was there. So he's just sitting there, no one talking to him. So I went and took the opportunity. But both those guys just really, and Quinn, having been here last year, interesting perspective from him as well. Just saying this is a team that all really likes each other. It's one of those, the power of friendship type of situations. And, with Vrabel at the front, everybody's buying in, and you can feel it. We've been in the locker room all year. This is a team. And that's why I just, when people say that the Seahawks are going to roll in the Super Bowl, I wouldn't rule this Patriots team out. I think they're going to come and they're going to play really hard. They might not have it at the end of the day.
Still on
but
the David Carr thing?
So
Is that still resonating with you?
No, right after it's like, I don't want to say it's going to be a blowout, but I don't know.
I got to get into this now. I got to do some research on the predictions now, because I'm a little out of the loop. We traveled over the weekend.
You got to know what people are saying.
Yeah, because I like to call you guys out when you make the stuff up like this.
Right.
Someone's got to keep.
Like, look at right here. Metro West
close.
Daily News. Somebody picked the Patriots.
Yeah, right. Trenton Sylvan writes in, Fred, Tuesday you opened the show saying how you weren't going to complain. Wednesday, you complained about the traffic for 20 minutes. And Thursday, whined about sitting next to Zoe on team flights. Don't ever change. The show could actually use a Kirsch's Corner, 1 or 2 minutes where you complain about what's bugging you for that day or week.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
you need more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, maybe take turns with Paulie. You should be happy Bill didn't get into the Hall of Fame this year. There's still a chance we can get him in the Patriots Hall of Fame before the second-rate one in Canton.
How we have a guy from the Navy on? We didn't talk about Bill. That's pretty remarkable.
Well, Bill wasn't in the Navy, actually.
Stolen valor.
Right.
Lived there.
He did. He lived there for a while.
He did kind of talk a little bit about the Patriots' connection to the Navy, and I kind of left that.
Yeah.
Kind of unsaid.
Yeah.
Serious.
Steve Belichick.
I did like
legend.
The Max Lane stories, because Max, Fred and I were around when Max was a player, in exactly the way Clint described him. Is what Max, just a fun-loving, kind of goofy guy. And it was hard not to smile when Max Lane was around. He was just one of those guys.
So like offensive linemen. That's where you get your like quirky, fun, weird kind of guys.
Yep. Spee writes in, you guys don't have the option now, but back in your days as fans, did you prefer to watch the Patriots Super Bowls alone or with other people? I know Paul and Fred have less to go on there than Mike, but when the Patriots have been in the big game, I've always been the sort to sever communication with the outside world and watch with the bottle as my main companion. Having a wife has changed that somewhat, and perhaps against my better judgment, I've invited one friend over this year after giving him fair warning that the price of admission is limited conversation and the threat of muting commercials, hopefully balanced by my New England clam chowder and Seattle-style hot dogs with cream cheese and caramelized onions. You know what?
It's an interesting question.
There's only been one Super Bowl that I haven't been working for the Patriots, and that was '85.
Well, that's the only Super Bowl that I watched, that I had a chance to do this.
Yeah.
Was that one. Was '85, and I was a senior in high school. I watched it with a bunch of my friends, and we all got together. All the other Super Bowls, I was at '96, and then the rest of them I've been working with Fred.
We know.
I didn't have a chance. I did watch 39 from the hospital with my wife. So, again, no options to, have a party. But I think what I would have chosen would be, I wouldn't want to be at a bar, so I don't know anything that's going on. But a regular party at my house or someone's house, I wouldn't want to watch it alone. That's no fun.
Yeah.
And I understand what he's talking about. He gets too into it, gets too wrapped up, and that's how his routine. But for me, I'm way too social for that. I'm talking all the time.
Yeah, mine have been small parties. The 03, 04.
Small parties. Yeah.
03, 04 one, I watched my good friend who was a big Seahawks fan, and he would always have a big party, so I would go there. I watched those 2 wins there. But, I mean, Super Bowl 49 was the funniest one just because I didn't really do anything. Like, we had one of my kids was really young at that point, and my wife was, like, with him trying to put the bait, and it was me and my 2 in-laws watching who are great.
I know this.
And it was just so funny because you guys know how that game ended, and I am like beside myself, and it's like, and they're enjoying it, not too invested in it, but oh man, I'll never forget that. That was one where that entire end of that Super Bowl I just experienced essentially by myself.
That's a
going
roller coaster,
crazy.
Yeah, roller coaster
oh
emotions all by yourself because and you've explained this to me before. Your wife and your in-laws aren't exactly
my in-laws.
Amos Alonso style.
Well, my in-laws have gotten way into football. They love it. They're Patriots fans now, and that was kind of the beginning of it as they were getting ready. But my favorite one was the Atlanta one. We had a small party, some friends over. Everybody in Boston people, we were all Patriots fans, and we were all getting a little, we were depressed at halftime. I even ate my victory brownie. I had this nice fat brownie waiting. I'm like, I'm just eating it now at halftime. And then, alas, what happened? It was great. Celebrate with
Look to the brownie.
Ken in New Jersey writes in, and this has also been kind of bugging me as well, what he's writing about. He says, as someone who grew up in Coney Island in the 70s, I always thought the movie The Warriors was ridiculous, but it's pretty funny that it's back in the news. The only weird thing to me is why the Patriots are identifying with Luther, the sniveling, cowardly bad guy who literally dies a few minutes after his Warriors come out and play chant. We should be the heroes.
That's what I said.
Right.
They lost.
Right.
Luther lost.
Right. We're identifying with the wrong part of the movie.
Right. I had a similar gripe like that when the guy on the Jets named James Conner, and everyone was calling him the Terminator, or was it John Connor? I think it was John Connor. Everyone was calling him Terminator, but John Connor is actually the human savior of the resistance, as Matt Morrell is nodding knowingly, and Paul's staring at me with a blank look in his face.
Paul's not staring at you with a blank look in his face.
But I'm like, he's not the Terminator. You can't call him the Terminator. He's like the savior of humankind. Like, he's not the Terminator.
Yes,
his name isn't T-100 or whatever it was.
But eventually, the Terminator does become a good guy, right?
Yeah, it's a long, twisty road.
Yeah,
it's like everything else with all of those. They just rewrite it as it goes. Change the narrative.
Yep. Michael from Idaho has a question for Paul the Savant.
Uh-oh.
Does Paul remember the player from the last Super Bowl or 2 who made headlines because he was at the table reading a book? No media members were talking to him ahead of the Super Bowl.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. He doesn't have the answer here. Also, can Deuce give us a Zolak, where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Yeah.
I put my glasses back on. Speaking of which, we got that pick. The Deuce Zoe split screen pick.
Oh, okay. There we go. It does look pretty similar. That's pretty funny. What I ordered on Wish. That must be a German.
Wait,
thing.
Are you guys calling me Timu Zoe? Is that?
Yeah. What is Wish? Is that like some dating
I think it's
site?
like Timu.
Oh.
I think it's the same kind of thing. Cheap.
Crap. That's funny.
Now
they do look alike.
Tell me what Timu is.
Let's get back to the phones. 855-PATS-500. Talwinder from the Bay Area. What's up? What's up, Talwinder?
What's up, neighbor?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Bay, man. Welcome to the Bay with the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Loving it.
Hope you guys enjoying the weather, man. I know no rain on Sunday. That's awesome. Hey, with players being off on Tuesday, today's their day off, are they allowed to go out and stuff, or do they stay at the hotel in the meetings and do their rehab or get treatment or whatever? What do they usually do on Tuesday?
I think it's up to the guys, but they're free to go out if they have the time. Some are getting treatment, like you said, rub downs, doing their own thing. But, they can go out and do stuff, yeah.
And I will just say that this week is a little bit different. They are speaking to the media today. Normally on Tuesdays they do not. They're not required to talk
But it's
to
not
the
everybody,
media.
right? It's just like 9 guys, I think. Or something.
Is that today? Is just a certain amount?
Yeah.
So there is some media requirements today that don't normally take place on Tuesdays. But, yeah, I think all coaches do it differently. And I think what the Patriots have done is I think once they've gotten to, Wednesday, their families come on Thursday, and then it's kind of locked down from that point. Like Fred's right. You might see them out and about early in the week, but once the week gets a little bit closer, that's it. They lock it down. There's a lot of meetings.
Seems like they like the routine too. Just sticking to the routine, the practice routine. Trying. What do they keep saying? Don't change the recipe. Don't change the recipe for the mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese.
I mean, I will say, and if you haven't checked out the 85 podcast, please do. Last episode's going to come out today. But a big thing those players all said was that they were really tight the whole week, and they noticed that the Bears were out and about doing Bears things, and everybody's got to do it their own way. But I think there's something to be said with not taking it too serious and getting so tight, and then by the time the game gets here, you come out and you're a puddle.
Bill in Oklahoma writes in, wondering if you're getting a vibe of how the media and other folks locally are rooting, Seahawks or Patriots. My view, based on national sports sites, feels like the Seahawks are more liked outside of being betting favorites. If so, is it because it's a team that hasn't been there in a decade, or the same old narrative of the Patriots are playing again?
I would just say last night it was like, whoa, they're booing the Seahawks, but it's because we're surrounded by 49ers fans. And
right.
they're like, how many Patriots fans? I was like, smattering, and then how many, it's so I think there is a very big element here of 49er fans who do not care for the Seahawks for good reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't really had a feel
no, me neither.
For one way or the other. I've had some people send some things to me, and there was a clip of a guy, and I don't even know who it was, but on NFL Network this morning saying, this is so hard for me because it's been 20 years of really rooting against the Patriots and just not wanting it. But this team is different. They have a different feel, a younger feel, and there's just more of a likability factor, blah, blah, blah. So it was someone that sent it to me was like sort of backing your point up, but it's one person. It doesn't mean that that's like the groundswell.
I mean, I think they're both really likable teams, to be honest.
I
don't
think they are too.
I mean, my minor B-side Seahawks fandom when I was a kid aside.
Oh, Mike, it's there.
No,
that's his other team. You know that, right,
I
Fred?
know, yeah.
What are you going to do? But they're like, Darnold, how can you not like this story and think it's a great story for the NFL? And how can you not watch Jackson Smith and Jigba and not think that this guy is an otherworldly talented player? So they, it's kind of nice. Everybody, you get sick of the Chiefs and you get sick of the Eagles and you don't want to see the same teams. And I know the Patriots have basically not really gone away, but
they did. In all seriousness, that's why I think this is different. It has been 7 years, so I do think it's a little bit different. And I don't know who I'd love to credit the guy. I don't know who he was. But he's right. It's like a whole different attitude around this team.
It would be
such a more likable team.
It'd be one thing if Bill was still the coach or if Brady was still the quarterback.
Then I would look at it as more of a continuation.
Right. It's completely different.
Can you imagine that if Bill had just stuck around and drafted Drake and they were back here with Bill Belichick? That would feel like a continuation.
I don't think people. So I would not be arguing with you people about that. I don't think people would be as quick to move on and embrace it.
One thing I did hear, 49ers fans they have a bad taste in their mouth because Seattle is playing the Super Bowl on their field.
Yeah. It's got to be tough. I was looking at a lot of the Seattle stuff over the last week as I prepared to get into this stuff this week, and I just think there's something to be said too for Seattle plays always really well at home, and I think their toughest games were all San Francisco and the Rams, and that's I know they had some other ones along the way, but tight game with the Titans. I don't know. I'm interested to see what this Seahawks team looks like against an unfamiliar opponent in a neutral site, and that's just something you haven't really seen a lot of. The teams that they played, it's hard to extrapolate off of divisional games. I don't know how you guys feel, but a lot of times those games just feel the two teams know each other so well, and they know what they're going to come in and try to do. And this is a whole different beast for both teams. They don't really know each other. I think there's going to be a real feeling out process, and I'd be really surprised if you saw something like where the Rams, where both teams, were going back and forth on each other. Granted, both these defenses are really good, but I think this will be a little bit of a different game for Seattle. I wonder how they feel about that.
I did like looking on the stage when they had the coaches and the quarterbacks on the stage last night at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Or actually in between the Patriots. It was like, Mike McDonald and Mike Vrabel, and I was like, those two guys do the same thing for a living. One guy looks like you should be doing your taxes, right? And as Evan pointed out, it's probably 1-2 in some order in Coach of the Year. It's probably going to be Vrabel.
Yep.
It's probably going to be the Coach of the Year, and McDonald is certainly right there too. So
he's super
and they couldn't look
too.
more different.
I know. And I'm thinking, I know Vrabel's tall. I'm like, is Mike McDonald short? And it looks striking, kind of.
He was small. He looked small next to him. Absolutely.
Tucker in Richmond writes, and I feel like this is Matt Morrell. You're going to like this because you're a superhero guy. I feel like Drake May in warm weather is akin to Superman getting his powers from the sun. I bet Drake landed in California and felt the mild 60-degree weather and immediately felt rejuvenated.
Right.
He looked extremely uncomfortable towards the end of the Denver game. Yeah, so there you go. So there's an advantage,
So
Patriots.
is this going to be our whole offseason?
Good. He can only play in the warm.
We're going to worry about this?
Yeah.
Drake in the cold.
Going forward?
I mean, yeah, because it's over.
We're going to have to
and would you say it'll be reinforced if he comes out in warm weather and it looks like he just, has a little bit extra zing in his step, and it looks a little bit more like what it was when he had a 10-game win streak in October and November?
It's a weird, obviously you'd take it if they won, but would you rather him just kind of continue to look like okay, or like all of a sudden it's night and day? Oh, he's in good weather, he's back.
Right.
Except for we got to play a lot of games in bad weather.
Well, that's the thing, Paul, is we're still getting to know Drake May, and
we are.
These games carry so much weight, and there's so much question about what his ceiling is and what he can be and what he will do, and we're watching it happen in real time, and we're seeing things like not as good in a blizzard, or even when it was cold. But I just you're learning so much about this kid, and this game, I feel like, of course, is going to be magnified even more than all the others for good reason. It's the Super Bowl, but is it necessarily fair? I don't know. I mean, either way, no matter how this game ends, Drake May had an outstanding, unexpected MVP level season, and it's hard to really come out of this being like, I don't know about, like, he's going to be good. And hopefully this experience of playing in the playoffs, of playing really good defenses, weather, all that stuff's going to help him out in the long run.
All right, 855-PATS-500 is the hotline. We got the phone stacked up again. Rodney in California is going to give it another try. What's up, Rodney? Rodney.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey. We can. What's going on?
How's it going?
You tell me.
I first-time caller. I haven't been watching you guys long. I got to say, you do look like a Bill Belichick. And, Paul, I am surprised that you got the Frank Barone haircut.
Frank Barone?
Now that I get a Frank Barone, from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Normally,
I don't have any hair.
See you guys live or listen to you live. But my question is about I feel like you guys always dog on Drake May. And don't get me wrong, he's been really bad this postseason. I think he's not real comfortable playing in the cold weather. But I see a franchise quarterback in him, and I think he's going to really pop in San Francisco with this better weather. And I'm just wanting to see your guys' take on it. Do you think that he's going to be a franchise quarterback, or
he is a franchise
absolutely?
quarterback?
You say that we dog on him. I mean,
I don't know if like you said, you haven't been listening long. Maybe you caught a bad day or something, but this is not the show that dogs on Drake May. He's all of our pick for MVP of the league. The whole league, not just the Patriots, the whole league.
Yeah, no, we think we got the guy.
Yeah, he's the franchise.
We got our guy.
Yep.
No, I've been listening for the last couple months, and no, I've definitely heard you guys, talk him up and things like that. But I've also heard those comments that are just kind of nitpicking at him.
Well, you just said he hasn't played well in the playoffs. Does that mean you're dogging him?
Yeah, we're evaluating his play game to game. That's all.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I was just getting worried. I mean, I think your guys is a
don't worry.
We got our guy.
We got our
guy. No, we absolutely are all in agreement that he's the franchise guy, and I think when you have that guy, it makes you sort of an automatic playoff contender every year.
But Rodney,
it's what you've seen in Kansas City and in Buffalo and in Baltimore. Like all these teams every year are in it because they have that guy.
But Rodney, I would think you would agree that he still has room for improvement. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I was just hoping I didn't waste my money on his jersey when I won it,
No. Absolutely not. You didn't waste any money there.
Plus a lot. Jersey on, I'm going to be chanting Jake for MVP.
All right, Rodney. All right, thanks, Rodney. Plus, a lot of guys wear 10, so we can always just change the nameplate. No, but listen, we love Drake May. We're Drake May lovers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are we? I mean, it just made training camp so fun right from the get-go. I mean, the kid's throwing bombs down the field. It was like, holy crap. Then you see his ability to run. And, oh, by the way, he's a great kid, too. He's just a really nice kid. It's impossible to really dislike him. I mean, that kind of, that Southern charm that he has. And it's won over all of New England, him and Michael. They both, are newfound celebrities around. And you can feel the swell of people behind this quarterback. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry, Rodney. We got a guy.
Yeah. Let's see. Who's this? Richard in Attleboro. I was listening to some of the questions asked of Coach Vrabel this morning, and some of them were absolutely ridiculous. I'm glad our usual local media are much better. We didn't hear him.
I didn't hear it either.
Maybe we can get some examples of some of those questions, but didn't hear him. On the Hall of Fame controversy, I think the voters should switch to using approval voting, a simple up or down vote for each candidate. This would prevent the whole problems with vote splitting, voting for elderly candidates with the current system. If you want to make it more exclusive, just set the approval requirements high. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I was going to ask you guys that.
Approval voting.
As opposed to voting for a guy? Yes.
Yeah.
That's not an approval?
Right. I don't know.
Ranked choice?
Like, what you're saying is you need to change the limit of what you can vote for, right? Because, as the guy from, I forget the guy's name, but the guy from Kansas City that said he voted for the other three, the three senior guys.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, absolutely, Bill Belichick is a Hall of Famer. So, in other words, I took from that, if he were allowed to vote for him, he would have. So he had an approval vote, but there's a limit to the amount of yeses you can have.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's, to me, that's the part of, going back to the beginning of the show, that's the part of the whole process that I disagree with.
I just find it hard to sit here at the Super Bowl and care about the Hall of Fame. It's like, this is what it's about.
Do you think it's odd that they announce the class at the Super Bowl every year? Because I kind of think it's odd. I think that, to me, should be like an off-season thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just this is what it's all about. And whether or not my favorite player or coach makes it into the Hall of Fame, it doesn't really matter. I want to watch.
I'm not a big Hall guy.
Championships and Super Bowls, and I went to the Hall of Fame, and it's wonderful.
Mike's about championships,
but I'm about rings, baby.
So I guess, I don't know if I'm breaking any news, but I guess there were reports today that
the Athletic reported
that Robert Kraft didn't get in.
Yeah,
which is just as bad as Bill Belichick not getting in. It's just ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? What kind of politics?
My guess is it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
That this whole senior thing and got to pick this and not that.
Yep.
I mean,
it's going to be a problem.
If Pat Bowlen is in the Hall of Fame as an owner, like, what other criteria doesn't Robert Kraft
Well, he got
meet?
that one for John.
Yeah, right.
That was big.
Yeah. So, like, what criteria isn't he meeting at this point? It's silly. And these guys, they just think they're too important, these voters. And it's not just the football guys, it's the baseball guys too. The sacred privilege that they have. Is the guy good enough to get in the Hall of Fame or not? Forget about all the other stuff. So that's where I get maybe the approval voting, yes or no, comes in. It's like, is he good enough or not? Forget about everything else.
I'm with you.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
We got to go back to the phones.
Let's go back to the phones.
I thought he was going to go direct to camera for a second there.
Eldred is back. Let's go to Eldred. What's up, Eldred?
Hey, fellas. How y'all doing?
All right.
Big E.
Good to hear from you, Eldred.
Yeah. Hey, you enjoying yourself in California? Wish I was over there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Just drive out.
Yeah, okay. I got a question for you. Heard it from first take.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That it must be true.
And it's thrown up a bunch of controversy, but RC stood up for the Patriots. I'm actually doing. In this Super Bowl, which quarterback got more to prove?
In this Super Bowl, which quarterback has more to prove?
Probably Darnold. I mean, this is May's second year.
Based on this year and the playoffs.
Just based on this year, maybe it is Drake. Maybe, saying he needs to get back to be a real MVP candidate, he needs to light up a defense. I mean, I see what you're getting at.
I don't know. Darnold, to me, is at, he's this great sort of second career, rebirth, redemption story. Who doesn't love a redemption story? But if he has a really bad game, does that allow the critics to just say, see, he's still that guy?
Yeah, no, that's what they want. I mean, that's.
Whereas if May has a bad game, people are going to go, he wasn't quite ready yet.
Right.
You know, he's still on the upswing. He's still an MVP caliber player, but he tailed off in the playoffs because he wasn't really ready for that stage yet. But he's got a long way to go. I think Darnold has more to prove.
Yeah.
But I think career-wise, Drake May still has a lot to prove, too.
Sure. He's not a finished product.
All right. Thanks, Eldred. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Jordan in Kentucky. What's up, Jordan? Oh, he's gone. All right.
Kentucky.
How about John in Washington? What's up, John?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
Hey.
I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest, so enemy territory.
Yeah.
But hey, it's been 11 years. To this day, I'm still enjoying this, and all I'm hearing is we're gonna get crushed. I told it's funny because last time the Patriots won the Super Bowl, when they went against Seattle, my kids, one of my boys wasn't even born, so he's like, Daddy, we got to win this one, and I'm like, I know, but I'm trying to temper his expectations. I'm like, they're good, and Seattle's really good. I was like, I'm going in this as the underdog, and I kind of like that feeling. Before I let you guys go, though, Paul, I'm kind of worried because you're constantly turning, is there a way to get you guys a round table or something or an oval? Because every time you turn over, your neck, I feel like you're going to have a bad neck by the end of the day.
I'll be all right.
There's no round tables. There's only rectangle tables.
All right. But anyways, I'm just excited that we're back in it, We're still spoiled. It's just nice to be back again.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping for a good game and good competitive game. And honestly, it's funny. At this point in my life, I actually want to see them win for my kids to enjoy that. I've gotten to enjoy all the other ones, so.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks, John.
John's
Appreciate
just
the call.
a giver. He's a giver.
Yeah.
No, that's one guy. Now, John's actually in Washington, the state of Washington. That one I buy.
Yeah.
All he's hearing is
right.
that Seattle's going to roll.
Yeah.
I believe that that's the case, much like that's what we're hearing at home. The Patriots are going to roll.
Yeah.
So, that one, I have no pushback on that one whatsoever.
Of all the various scenarios of how this game can play out, which do you think is less likely? Like Patriots blowout, Seattle blowout, close game, which is the least likely?
Patriots blowout.
Patriots blowout the Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
I would kind of agree with that, but here's my hope. I remember how we started that game against Buffalo, going up 21-0 and 24-3.
Yeah.
Could something like that happen? I think that if Drake May has a good game, this offense is capable of having that fast start.
Yeah.
And then I say our defense is capable of keeping them at bay. But I also think they are, too.
Well,
that's why this game –
I'm not expecting a blowout either way, but
yeah. No, I think the way Seattle is built, they want to run the ball. I think they're best served to play from ahead. And if they get a lead, that's how they want to play. And if you get them behind and they have to chase and it takes Kenneth Walker and the run game out of it a little bit, you start to put more on Sam Darnold. I mean, I still think, Sam Darnold, for the redemption story that he's lived, he still can get lost. He can still see ghosts. You can get him to make bad decisions, especially late in the down. I mean, he
still led the league in turnovers.
So you got to get to that point. If Seattle comes out, they put points, they're playing from ahead, they're in a position of strength, it's really hard for me to see the Patriots reversing that trend, climbing back into the game. I generally think the game will be close, but it's going to be hard if Seattle gets a 10-point lead.
And if the Patriots do get the blowout like that, like Fred's talking about the Buffalo game, I can't see that scenario unfolding, where the Patriots get the ball and score, get a stop, score, stop. I can see your scenario. If the Patriots are going to win in a blowout, I can see the Patriots scoring and then Darnold turning it over and scoring again, and all of a sudden it snowballs. That I could see, 3 turnovers for Seattle. They're chasing the whole game. That's the way the Patriots love to play.
Yep.
Make you chase, and Buffalo kind of had a couple of bad breaks early in that game that allowed the Patriots to get the separation, like the Brandon Cooks double, triple catch on the sideline, which basically took points off the board in the first play of the game. That's just a flat-out drop by Brandon Cooks. And then 2 plays later, he misses, I think it was Shakir, who was open on the deep over route, or, the sail concept.
Thank you.
So that kind of stuff happened against Buffalo. I don't see that happening against Seattle. I think Seattle would have to really self-destruct to have the Patriots run away like that.
Gary in Harvard, the town, not the university, writes, and everyone is forgetting about the weather. In bad weather, all offenses slow down. Denver's playing at home was having even more trouble than the Patriots. It doesn't matter for the Super Bowl, thank goodness. But whether Drake can handle cold weather is really an open question. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is.
People do realize that Denver's offense was worse than the Patriots. They were without their quarterback, right?
Right.
Like, I know everybody dismissed that the week before, and I tried to tell you that if the guy was any good, he would have played at some point over the course of 7 years. He wasn't good.
Well, we watched him
and he was
play.
the MVP of the game for the Patriots.
All right. We'll take another break. When we come back.
Another break?
Yeah. When we
Stretch
come
your
back,
legs.
more stuff on Patriots Unfiltered.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
Come on, come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, we are back here in Radio Row, San Francisco. It's Deuce, it's Paul, it's me. Is Evan going to come by today?
Not today.
I don't think today.
Not
No,
today.
he's going to do media availabilities.
He's very busy today.
Very busy.
Very busy.
I mean, it's by the time he gets through that by like noon, I think he'd probably be running in here right about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So.
What about Alex?
Alex has got to be here.
Yeah, she's got to be here
by 2 because she's got to help us do our TV stuff.
Because I told her, I said every show I want you to stop by and tell us like what you've been up to, like because she's our lifestyle person.
Yeah.
Right.
So what?
There's a lot of lifestyle.
Yeah. What have you visited? What did you see? What did you do? And just fill people in on what's going on. So hopefully she'll be able to do that.
Yeah, she'll definitely be here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Matt, you're not going to stand up like that the whole time just to keep people from wandering.
You can just
through.
tackle them if you need to.
Did somebody just like try to walk through?
They just did.
That's all right. It's Radio Row. Who cares?
It's like PFW in progress. The old days. We're in progress.
It's the hubbub. It's good. People moving around, shucking and jiving.
Right. Shucking and jiving.
Let's see. Who is this?
Pop,
Parker
bang.
writes in. If Will Campbell plays poorly on Sunday, how do you think it impacts his role next season? 2, fans on TikTok are starting to turn on him if he struggles. Is that reaction justified? And 3, what would you consider as a bad game for him? What would be a good game? For me, a bad Super Bowl would be a confidence killer. He seems sneakily emotional. I worry about his mental if he plays poorly.
Yeah, that's
a good question.
It is a good question. I mean, it's less like the Will Andersons of the world. I mean, I think DeMarcus Lawrence is a really experienced, very good player, probably their best pass rusher. But really, I think it's going to be more about handling the stunts. That's what the Seahawks do a lot of, and that's Jared Wilson too, being able to communicate. And they've had a season long of it, and I think they've had stretches where they've done well. They've also had some times where they haven't picked him up, and Drake's gotten hit. So. Look, I think turnovers are going to be the name of the game, and you need to find a way to get Drake comfortable in the pocket. There were so many times this year where he was just in the zone. He didn't, and sometimes it was almost to his detriment. Like you felt like people were like, he just doesn't seem fazed by the pressure. I think it's bad, and I think we've seen some of that in the playoffs. But if he can get back to that level of comfort in the pocket, and he has to step in there and deliver the ball. It's not going to come easy. He's going to have to make this happen in this game.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see it happen if he doesn't feel comfortable in the pocket and he's getting hit a bunch of times.
And he's got to, I mean, he has to play better. I mean, maybe something a little bit closer to Denver than Houston.
Yeah, well, don't turn the ball over is
Yeah.
step one, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about with Will Campbell and his emotion.
Will Campbell, yeah, I got you.
You know, just you're right, Mike. I mean, he did face some really good pass rushers, but this is going to be a different kind of test for him because it's more mental.
Yeah.
That you're talking about. But I don't know necessarily if I'm willing to make any broad, declarations for the future. He's a rookie. He's coming off an injury. It's been I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's been a rocky road. He hasn't been great in the playoffs. He needs to be better. But I don't necessarily think you just say, well, that's it. I've seen enough. We have to make a move. I think you're probably going to be looking to make a move at right tackle because your right tackle is, 34?
Yeah.
In Morgan Moses. So you're going to have to I think you're going to have to look at that, but I'd be surprised if they made that move right away with Will Campbell. I think he gets at least another year.
It's so hard to find tackles. I mean, it's not like, it's not going to work out. Let's just go get another left tackle.
Right.
I think you said it once, Paul, and I agree. It's just he's going to get another year. I think it's just
that's how I feel about it.
At that spot.
He's had some bad plays where he's just gotten beat, flat out beaten. But when you look at overall games, it's not like he's falling on his face throughout games. He has lately anyway, maybe 2, maybe 3 plays a game where he just gets flat out beat. But it's not a disaster.
Yeah.
I think he's under a microscope because he's
because he's a left tackle.
He's
taken
a left
with the
tackle,
fourth overall pick.
But if he was not that, you'd be like, he's fine.
So, I actually think it's the opposite. I think when Vidarian Lowe played, everything was under a microscope, and he was so much more scrutinized than Will Campbell has been.
Well, he didn't play against these guys that he's
playing
against now.
I understand that, but I think Vidarian Lowe, I didn't really notice a whole lot of difference when he played. Now, I don't want him playing every game. I saw that last year, and I know he was hurt last year. But it's part of the evaluation, and I think that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to evaluate this guy.
I think it's part of the perception too, and it's that Vidarian Lowe was, kind of the guy that got beat up last year and was the symbol of we can't stop anybody. And Will Campbell is got a good personality and he's very likable, and so I just think that it's all the perception of what kind of guy they are, and people are going to go to the mat defending Will Campbell, and even if Vidarian Lowe is close to it, so I think there's a lot of questions going into the offseason, and I continue to think they really have to make some strides to improve. I keep making the comparison to the 03 team going out and getting Corey Dillon for 04 and continuing to evolve and not let teams, it's just you got to continue to build around Drake and put weapons around him and make sure he's protected.
Yep. Let's go back to the phone, 855-PATS-500. Dan, or is Dan or Don? Paul.
Looks like Don.
Dan in
Don.
Massachusetts. What's up, Dan?
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, in the middle of the season, you said that if the Pats made it to the Super Bowl, you would buy Alex Bars a prostitute. I just wanted to
I would buy him a what?
A woman of the night.
A lady of the evening.
I'm game for that. Yeah, I'll do that. Absolutely.
He's right over there.
Can you expense that?
Where's Barth? Is he here?
He's here.
Get him over here.
Get him over here.
Yeah, we'll get Barth over here.
You said you felt sorry for him because he lived at home, and you were going to buy him a prostitute when you got to San Francisco.
I will absolutely do that. Although you have to be careful around this place because there's some really seedy people walking around, so I don't want him to catch anything.
No, we want to get him a nice, wholesome prostitute.
Yeah,
a nice girl.
Yeah. So we'll work on that.
So you're following through on that?
If I have the opportunity, I absolutely will.
Can she like college football? Can we find one of those? Is that?
Oh no, you have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, I'll find out where he's staying and I'll just have her show up.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
She loves the Mac.
Because we had to sign a non-gambling thing in the NFL.
The Maction.
There's nothing about prostitution that we had to sign, so I think that's legal.
I did not have this on my bingo card.
All right. Well, thanks for reminding me, Dan. You're fading out.
All right.
All right. Let's go to Francisco in North Carolina. What's the great Francisco? What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I hope y'all having a good time out there. So, I mean, hey, we got some snow down here. So, me and my brother, we started off the week right. We made a couple snowmans with my nieces and my nephews, and we dressed them all in Patriots gear. But, with all this being said, though, I just want to take my victory lap. I don't remember if it was Christian from L.A. or somebody else, but they were like, the team's not good enough to make the Super Bowl. We should just lose to have a better draft pick. And then I called in and was like, we cannot make a playoff run without being in the playoffs. Now here we are.
Right.
So, I just had to take a minor victory tour. And I thought it was great last night how, I'm watching the interviews and, somebody brought it up to, they're like, everybody back in New England says they're gay for May. And the look on Drake's May's face is priceless. So I just want to call in one time. I'm going to call in with a prediction later in the week. But
So tell me,
hope y'all have a good time
well,
out there.
tell me about this snow that you guys had, because I know you guys had bad weather. How is this the first time that you've been down there that it snowed, or does it do that often?
It ain't been like this in quite a while, realistically. So my girlfriend, she's a second-grade teacher, and the ongoing joke is I'm like, these kids have never got to play in the snow or watch the Patriots win the Super Bowl. But, this is, the first time, in, I would say, probably about 7 or 8 years that it's actually stuck and stayed for a couple of days to where, the kids could go out and play. My girlfriend, her class, they didn't have school yesterday or today, and then the kids are out for another day. So, but what about but a foot of snow? But, the amount of snowmen I've seen is crazy. I work for a city. Driving around the city, I'm seeing plenty of them. I was snowplowing today, and the amount of snowmen I saw was actually pretty cool.
That's pretty wild. All right, well, thanks, Francisco, and let us know later on the week if you have any, good predictions. So, all right, thanks for calling. Let's see. Ross has a question for Paul.
Fred, Barth is going to join when he gets here.
Okay, where is he?
He's on the team shuttle back here.
Okay. Ross in Scotland has a question for Paul. How much secondhand embarrassment did he have for the person asking Drake May who his hero is?
Oh, the opening night stuff is a little bit different. If that was a regular press setting, then that would be kind of on the edge. I mean, that's not a terrible question.
Well, it made Brady cry when they asked him.
Yeah, but that's what opening night is for. There's a lot of children reporters. Nickelodeon will sponsor some people, and they'll come and they'll ask questions. There's all kinds of gimmicky kind of things. Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel was there last night asking rather inappropriate questions to the players. But
he got Sam Darnold to put a
that's
a
what
ham on
opening
his
night
head.
is. What did he have? What did he get him?
He had a ham.
Oh,
ham for Sam or something like that. And all I saw was Sam Darnold with a ham on his head, and I was like, I'm glad that's not Drake.
That's part of the whole spectacle of opening night. But who your hero is? That's a good question. That's not a terrible question.
No, absolutely not. We just had Clint Bruce here and talking about people that you chase in terms of taking their best qualities and making them part of you, and I think that's completely appropriate. Ed in Tallahassee writes in, who got more radio stations and podcasters at Radio Central, New England or Seattle? By the way, advertising breaks are coming in loud and clear. Okay. Was there a question? I don't know. So I went through the roster. There are a few other teams besides us that have tables, like the Saints, I think, are here.
And the Raiders. I think
the
those
Raiders.
are the only two I saw.
But I don't think the Seahawks have a table.
I haven't seen any Seahawks.
I didn't see a Seahawks
Is
table.
there a talk radio station in Seattle?
Perhaps.
There must be.
104.5. The Bone.
The Bone. Or the Kick.
The Point After.
Playbook.
The Go For It on fourth down.
Yeah. Your only source for alternative music in the Pacific Northwest.
Mike has good radio.
I love that voice. No, you know the one that's the one that's Felger and Masno. I know what that is.
Right.
Nothing.
Zolak and the Beetle.
Jordan in Kentucky, when the Patriots win on Sunday, you'll now be able to wear a different Super Bowl T-shirt every day of the week. The Hall of Fame is about as good as the Pro Bowl nowadays. Okay, so two things there. Yeah, we'll have 7 Super Bowls when the Patriots win on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be cool. We'll be able to change your shirt every. Do you have one from every Super Bowl, Mike? I'm sure you do.
Naria one, and I'm saving up to buy maybe a hat here this week. It's going to take me a few days.
Thoughts and prayers with that.
By the way,
the merch is a little expensive.
Yeah, a lot of people complaining about the merch so far, and from what I've seen, I don't blame them. Really, maybe stuff will come later in the week, but what I like, they have a little pro shop set up at the team hotel.
Oh, I saw it. I got a heart attack when I checked the price tag.
Well, forget about the price. Like, it's just nothing like that cool.
Yeah. No, well, I just was like, I would like to get a Patriots Super Bowl hat, and it was just a simple snapback with a Patriots logo and a Super Bowl patch, and it was $60.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
$60.
And usually, like, the stuff that guys wear on opening night, whatever,
those are cool.
They usually have those for sale. I haven't seen that.
Well,
stuff.
Paul, weren't you talking about that? That's like what all the players love.
I
so
think
was that
someone had said something last night, I forget who, that was not for sale.
Yeah.
That was something that they get only if they get to the Super Bowl. And
right, but
the players were really looking forward to it.
In past years, at least the last time we were here, that was for sale.
Yeah.
Those things that
you're
they
right.
had, that was the hot item.
You're right. Now,
Yeah.
the players one was $300, and then the one that you could buy for yourself was only $200.
Right.
Like a quarter zip. Now, as you
you
guys
love me a
know, I
quarter
love
zip.
me a quarter
You
zip.
like-
I got
yeah.
one on now.
Yep.
But I'm not paying $200 for a quarter zip.
By
now.
the way, people are complaining, Paul, that now that you bring it up, that where's your team gear? You know,
I don't generally
I know
wear
you don't.
team gear when we're doing
people are upset
media,
about that.
when we're doing media.
You got to flex on the haters. Come on.
People are upset
It's our
about
time
it.
to shine.
I think people know who I work for. Patriots Unfiltered. Right?
Let's go.
Maheen writes
I
in.
think we're a podcast.
What do you think about Tom Brady saying he has no dog in the fight for who he wants to see win the Super Bowl,
That's just poor to me.
and only watched 12 to 15 plays of Drake ever play?
What?
Is this Tom being political and not taking a stance, or what?
Yeah.
Also, Tom doubles down on saying Stafford is the MVP. So, yeah, Tom is.
I don't mind the Stafford part, but he literally can't say that he's got a soft spot for the Patriots and is rooting for the Patriots.
I mean, he is an owner of another team, now.
Right.
So I mean,
I just feel like he's like, well, as a broadcaster, I probably shouldn't say.
if that was the answer, then I would have no problem with it. His answer was, I don't have a dog in the fight, and I don't really care,
Right.
basically. And I didn't know the line about Drake May. How does he go the whole season without seeing Drake May play at all?
I mean, it's a lot of highlights, a lot of throws on the Sports Center.
So Carl from Germany, who sent in the side-by-side with
Joe
you and
Milton.
Zolak, he explains what Wish was.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it
Same
says
thing,
what
right?
I ordered on Wish. He said Wish is actually a U.S.-based company in San Francisco. Goods from there have been notoriously counterfeited and are often of lower quality than advertised.
So what you're saying is
That's why I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Deuce is a lower quality. So
I think it should be reversed,
right,
honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't make all those noises. You guys would kill me.
It's true.
Rachel writes, and credit has to be given to Drake. He's somewhat been thrown into the fire fast in this second year facing the defenses he has in the playoffs, even including the Ravens, which they've had a better defenses in the past, but always get up to play the Patriots. On top of the pressure that comes, it's on simply for playing for the organization, whatever that means. There's a quiet, hard-working confidence about him. This stat last night says it all. Defenses apparently Tom didn't face in one postseason, and let's not forget Drake had the cleanest game in the postseason against the best defenses he has faced. Okay, I don't know.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Clean games. He was turning the ball over.
Yeah. He has faced
like the
tough defenses and the weather.
The three defenses they faced in the playoffs were all outstanding, and I would say they all got the better of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of I know everybody loves to bring Dan Marino up. Went to the Super Bowl. Was second year? Is that
Second-
and then
second
never
year.
and never
Never
returned
went
again? Because I'm trying to wonder if it's not correct for me to think like this is great that Drake has gotten to a Super Bowl. He's getting all this experience. It's going to serve him so well. It'll set him up for more success. Like Dan Marino's the famous example, never made it back. Are there other examples, or are there examples of somebody who, I mean, I guess like a Patrick Mahomes, like made it early in his career, right? In the first few years, with his third year,
Aaron
and then
Rodgers,
like
he
that
never went back a single time.
Because you say that, Paul, and I feel like I'm coming up with more examples of guys who went once early in their career and for whatever reason, and maybe that's what the real conversation is. Why is it just luck of the draw? And I mean, I know the Jets haven't been to a Super Bowl since the 70s.
So
and sometimes it just
I
happens.
think
I
it
don't
can
know.
be. I mean, it can be circumstantial, right? I mean, you can look at the landscape in the AFC when Marino was hot. Now, so should he have gone more than once? Yeah, probably. I know they lost some home games in AFC Championship games. That I'm sorry, you're at home in the AFC Championship game, you should win, and he didn't. But then that Buffalo team sort of got good. I mean, I think Cincinnati was really good in the late '80s. Then Buffalo had their run with 4 in a row. Now Marino's injured, older. The window's closed.
Yeah.
Fred, the window closes, right?
Window's closed.
Rodgers to me, and I know I've gotten a lot of pushback on this. I don't think Rodgers has won enough. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks who's ever played this game.
Yep.
And I don't think he's won enough. You want to talk about home field, punch outs. Everybody's happy to tell you all about Peyton Manning when he was one and done, right? He had a bunch of one and dones, Peyton Manning, with those Colts teams.
He sure did.
People don't talk about the Rodgers losses at Lambeau Field anywhere near as much. 15-1 team lost at home to the Giants. One of the years the Giants ended up knocking the Patriots out of in the Super Bowl.
Was that was the cold game? The real cold game?
I think it was the second one. I'm not positive on that.
Okay.
I think it was 11. They had won. I think the Packers won in 2010, and they were better in 11. I want to say they went 14-2 or 15-1, something like that. And they lost in the divisional round at home to the Giants.
Yeah.
Then the Giants beat the Niners, I think.
Is that Frank Caliendo that just walked by?
Looks like it. Mike might know. Mike's a Hollywood guy.
I'd
He'd
love
know.
to get him on.
Yes.
That is him, right?
Do a little Belichick.
My
for
guess
us.
is he's going to be too big
Did
for
you
us.
see Frank Caliendo? Yeah. Try to
get on him.
We just let him go by himself, and he can just imitate all of us.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Just do it.
Rob in New Mexico. Good to see you guys hanging out in California. Been wanting to write in for some time about more episodes of Forge and Foxborough. And I thought now would be perfect as you guys have 4 hours to chop it up. I haven't heard a word since episode 3. Any plans about releasing more episodes, teasers, or anything? Well, I can tell you this. Win or lose, if you're a fan of Forge and Foxborough, you're going to be very happy with what we're going to come out with after the season. So episode 4 will be forthcoming. It'll be a little while because, we're going to get things included from this playoff run. But there will be an episode 4 of Forge and Foxborough, and we're going to continue that. We'll have a new season next year, or next season, I should say. So more coming on Forge and Foxborough.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
It is. Oh, we've got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. I can't wait.
I get so jealous when I hear the meetings that you guys are in and taping, and what I wouldn't give to be the fly on the wall to hear what they're really talking about behind closed doors.
If you hang on.
I need the B-roll, Fred. I need the stuff that ends on the cutting room. The stuff that they can't tell you.
Well, hang on. You're gonna see it. So there will be an episode 4 of Forge and Foxborough. Let's see. Scott wants to know, and this is a very important question. Scott, if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, will Paul end his hunger strike? I don't know. Yeah, he's just getting smaller by the day.
Oh, we just had a huge breakfast.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
We did. How much has the travel budget diminished since Paul stopped eating? Oh, that's terrible.
That's just poor to me.
But it's funny.
We went to In-N-Out yesterday.
And I will say, I mean, I've had fun with you guys teasing me about this stuff, the listeners. There was a picture shown of Germany when we were in Germany doing the show.
Ooh.
And I looked at myself and I was like, wow, what a disgusting slob I became. I didn't realize, when you're in it, you don't realize how big you are.
I know.
I'm much happier to be this size.
Sleeping better? Feeling better?
I do sleep better generally. I just worry about a whole. Now it's just regular stress.
Yeah, sure.
It's not snoring keeping me up.
The way you started that off, though, Paul, you were like, I know you guys make fun and everything, but I do have cancer. I thought you were going to say something like that.
Jesus.
Do you think I would let everybody know that I was dealing with something like that?
Wait till the Super Bowl
Flippantly
week?
at the Super Bowl?
I don't know, but the way you started off, I know you guys make fun of me, but
and I wasn't planning on telling everyone this,
Right.
but this seems like the right time.
The guy had the funny joke about the the budget.
Yeah.
Right. It was a good joke.
That was a good joke. It's good jokes. He's got the jokes.
Comedic styling.
Christos from Greece. I have 1 point to make and one proposition. The point: the snowfall was expected. So no one can get it out of my mind that the white on white wasn't intentional. So the uniforms that they wore in Denver. Wore in Denver.
Why would you do that? That was a detriment.
Then you can't see your receivers.
Kind of hurt Drake a little bit.
I think it hurt the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was intentional.
The proposition. Invite Kyle Van Noy to Santa Clara. He will probably remind little Sam something about ghosts and boogeymen. Yeah.
I mean, kidding aside, I do. Again, I think that's something that they got to do. I think Zach Corr's got to spin the dial. I think he's been really good at that this year, disguising what they're doing. I see a lot of similarities between this Patriots defense and the Seattle defense and how they play. But that's just that's the key to the game. Turn Darnold into a pumpkin. If you can do that, I think you got a real chance.
Can they do that?
I think they can. But I think also that I'm expecting Sam Darnold to play really well. And even if he has a couple bad plays, that I'll expect him to get back. But you still see it throughout the season. Him struggling, making dumb throws, and that same seeing ghosts kind of a guy. And how do you get him to that place? It'd be a great question for Zach Corr.
And the key is if he does make those mistakes, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
You got to take advantage of those opportunities. You can't take over the ball and then punt it right back. Yeah.
Especially early.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do you guys remember about other Super Bowls and going in and the feeling of, usually you were the favorites, right? I mean,
been the favorites every time. This is the first time they're underdogs since the first, 01. Not the first one, since 01.
I join the sentiment that a lot of people have said that, it's refreshing to be the underdog, to not feel that pressure of, well, if Brady
look at it exactly the opposite.
If Brady loses this one, you're going to be 5-4, 4-4 in Super Bowl.
That'd be terrible.
We only have this much time left with this guy, and
So this is a perfect example of rooting through fear.
Yeah.
You root through fear.
Why?
You do. You want to be the underdog, so if you lose, it's well,
there's no pressure.
We were the underdog.
I don't want the pressure on me.
I want to be the big
team. Dog.
I want to be the team.
But don't you guys? Haven't you guys ever been on a team or played a game where you felt like no one believed in you and you just felt like you could play free and go play fast?
Sure.
But I have been on a team like that. You know what? I have also been on teams that the other team knew that if we played the way we could play, they couldn't beat us, and I liked that feeling better.
But
it was about us, about the way we played.
But is that this game?
No, I don't. I mean, we're the underdog in this game. But like I said, I want to go out and blow people out. I want to be that team.
I look at this game as been pretty even. I think the Seahawks are favored, and I think they probably deserve to be.
Sure.
But I don't look at this as the Patriots
no
and
one
Rams.
believes. Right.
No one believes. I don't look at it like that.
No, and that's why it's almost like this is kind of the Rodney Harrison version of it. And I think most Patriots fans would agree that if you really think that that's how this game's going to go, I don't think you really have watched this Patriots team the whole year, and that they're hard. The one game they've lost since week 3, they had a 17-point lead in it. That was the one game they lost. 21-point lead. So, they're a good team. I really struggle to see this team just getting blown off the field. I mean, crazy things happen at Super Bowls, we know that, but most of them are close.
I do not envision a blowout. I don't. I mean, it could happen. Anything could happen, but I don't envision a blowout either way.
Yeah. There's a couple ways blowouts could happen either side, but it's unlikely.
But Mike, in all seriousness, I love to tease you, and you know that, and it's very, very good natured.
No, my feelings are really hurt,
but as a Patriot fan, I don't even know the numbers. This is obnoxious. This is our 12th Super Bowl, right? So that would make us what? Yeah, that's right. I said us. If we lost
12,
6-6,
1-6. Yeah, you'd be 6-6 all the time.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah. No, I don't really care about
6-6
that
in Super Bowls.
No.
I'd take that any day of the week. Obviously you want to win, but look at all the teams that can't get here.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're here so many times that you're you almost don't want the pressure of if we lose, they'll say that we're 6-6 in Super Bowls. The Browns would give a kidney to be here.
Oh no, and I hope you guys didn't take it that's my feeling now. I just when it was the Brady and you're just everyone hates you. You're the favorites. Everyone, oh God, still them. That feeling got old, and this is to me refreshing to kind of be the team that's the upstart plucky again.
And I told you one way you can avoid falling into that trap again, but no one wants to listen to me.
What is that?
Stop hounding and harassing everybody in the country who dares to say the other team has a pulse.
But Sometimes when they say that, it's to take away from you. And we're very sensitive. We're very sensitive.
It never changed,
Be
Freddie.
nice
Never
to
changed.
Patriots fans are very sensitive, and I understand the sensitivity. I understand where it
Very,
comes from.
very hurt.
You know, nobody wants to give us our credit.
Yeah, no one wants to give the Patriots credit.
Because I've heard that if you win this game, you're honored.
Who's honored?
Your honor. Your family's honor.
Oh, we had to get one out. I mean, we drove through San Mateo today.
We
mean,
did.
We got a.
We did. We were in San Mateo. We might have to stop by Sarah Junipero High School.
Right. Get some dirt.
Jake from Bendigo, Australia writes in 2 things. I need to shout out to the official Australian New England Patriots fan club. The people in the group are absolute legends. Okay.
Shout out.
Tell us why. And 2, what sort of donuts are going to be the celebratory donut if we win?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I haven't
check
thought
with
about
Duncan.
that. Yeah.
Little footballs.
Yeah.
Not Boston cream.
I don't
like how about just a 7? How about a
Our
cream-filled
sponsor.
7, Paul?
Is that good for you?
Cream-filled
Does that
7.
work for you?
The chocolate on top.
7 and 5.
It's good. It's winning record. Winning record.
It is a big difference. 7 and 5,
I mean,
6 and 6.
It is ridiculous, though. I mean, and I forget what the percentage is. I mean, it's in the low 20s. That's how many of the Super Bowls that the frickin' Patriots have been in. Like, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like, the Jets are in year 53 of a rebuild. You know, like, why do the Patriots have?
Yeah, the Patriots have been in 20%.
Sometimes it lines up. Just lucky us.
Because around where we're sitting, they have all the Super Bowl banners. So there's a different banner for every Super Bowl. And I'm looking at it the other day, and I'm like, oh, we were in that one. We were in that one. We were in that one.
Right.
You know, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Let's see. Who is this? Who is writing in? It is Mike in Winchester by Virginia by ways of Super Bowl, New Jersey. All right. Thanks for all the coverage, blah, blah, blah. I have a bone to pick with the last night's opening night coverage.
Okay.
Super Bowls in the past that I remember would feature NFL Network covering opening night with multiple cameras moving between each player. You guys on Patriots.com had a similar setup where you could filter between each player's podium. Last night, NFL Network had a talk show and very few clips of the players all night. You guys just had Vrabel feed. I'm assuming that the coverage was behind NFL Plus paywall, which if true is very poor to me. Now, we didn't do that this year, like, where you could pick, like, the different podiums and all that stuff. I mean, it was just an editorial decision. Like, you kind of get all that, and it's like the same thing over and over again. So we figured we'd use our manpower to do other stuff, more of the personality-based stuff and, one-off, short TikTok type of stuff.
I mean, it's an hour. I mean, and usually we have media availability and it's like 10 minutes. I mean, maybe you're in a scrum in the locker room for like 5 minutes. This is an hour straight of sitting there, and you're getting questions from the most random cross-section of media you can ever imagine. And, I mean, I don't, if people want to watch it, great, but having hung out at a couple of them last night, it's tedious. It's not all that interesting.
You're
There's a
not
lot of
missing
stupid
much.
questions.
Yeah.
You're not getting all that much insight into, like, Drake May and how the game plan's going to go and all the, it's one of the guys from Bussin' with the Boys was asking Drake yesterday, like, what was your the one Bakemas thing you like the least? And Drake, like, you're going to get me in trouble. I mean, that's the stuff you're missing out on. So, I mean, it's, it's fun stuff, but it's not a lot of football.
Finally, quick little game. 2 minutes left on Sunday with the score 21-17. I know you have to see how the game was flowing, but
No,
would you rather,
I'm in.
Would you
Yeah.
rather be up 4 with
Oh.
the D on the field as Seattle starts a drive from their 40-ish, or down 4 with the offense on the field starting a drive from the 40-ish?
How much time?
2 minutes left.
I'd rather be down 4.
And how many timeouts do you have?
Don't care.
That's also
2 minutes left from the 40. I can go 60 yards with no timeouts.
You got to score a touchdown.
In general, it's a great question. I think it's great.
fun.
It's a great
Yeah.
debate.
Yeah.
It actually, and I'm not like passionately for. I just, in general, I'd rather have the ball than have to hope that the other team doesn't score.
I would.
Although the Patriots have been outstanding in that situation
and that's why I was
defensively
gonna
all year.
Yeah, I was just going to take the other side of it. I agree with how Paul laid it out. I have some confidence in this defense, and it's always scary because it's one game, and you don't know. I mean, they've done it a number of times. They've closed games out, and they've been able to be good in the fourth quarter. But at the same time, it's scary. It's scary.
I just
knowing you
feel
gotta get
better when the other team, it's hard. Like I feel better when I'm on offense, and I feel like feel like when you're on offense, you're controlling it.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably not the right way to look at it. The defense can come up with a stop, but I don't know. I think those, like the Giants games, Giants had the ball and they went down and scored. You know, it's like it felt powerless.
Yeah.
All right. Time for a break. When we come back, we'll have more calls. We'll have more emails. We'll see who's walking around right after this.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, we are back here on Radio Row. 855-PATS-500 is the hotline. Podcast at patriots.com is the way to email us. We might be getting some guests coming in here, so, is that right?
We're efforting.
Yeah. We're efforting it? All right. So that's cool. While we're waiting, and I might have to cut you off, Daniel from New Hampshire, if we do get a guest, but why don't you go ahead? Daniel, what's up? Oh.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm up here in New Hampshire at UNH, but I'm from Western Connecticut, and I was actually at the game, that Monday night game at MetLife when Darnold was seeing ghosts, and it's just crazy to me how he's in the Super Bowl now. But other than that, I was just wondering, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, of course, because we still have the Super Bowl to win, but for the off season, do you guys take like a break, or is it still your weekly shows? Or
oh no, as
how
soon
does
as
that
the
work
season's over, we go to 2 days a week. So we'll be on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 2. But in terms of our work, it's 365.
Never ends.
We're getting ready for the combine. We're doing the All-Star game, the college All-Star games. We're getting ready for the draft, for free agency, for all that stuff. So it never ends for us.
Oh, awesome. All right, well, thank you guys very much. Hope you have a great time in Cali, and let's go win this damn thing.
All right. Thanks,
you.
Brandon. Appreciate it. Brandon from New Hampshire.
Brandon.
Weighing in. Yeah.
Brandon King.
Nothing stops. Chris in New Hampshire says, the more time passes, the stranger and more annoying Brady has gotten. I'm talking as a
There's some truth to that.
I'm talking
TB12.
Yeah, I'm talking as a jilted fan, and I know that, but I don't care. It's like he's embarrassed to have been part of the organization. At least Julian and Gronk are still enjoyable. Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that email all around.
Yeah.
Like, because that's two examples. Those guys embrace, they consider themselves Patriots.
We saw their whole gang there last night, and they all had Patriot stuff on. They're like games with names. They're like podcast crew. They're all wearing Patriot stuff.
Oh, I didn't see Jules and
no Jules and Gronk, but it's all like
okay.
They're like the other guys that are on the podcast with them. We got to meet
listen,
them.
I've said it before. I will forever be indebted to Tom and be grateful for what he did and all that stuff.
Right.
But he's making it awful easy for Patriots fans to move on. And listen, he's part owner.
He's moved on.
He's part owner of another team. So, I mean, oh, my goodness. All right. Wow. Okay. So, I told you we'd have some great guests, and I hope I'm not letting anyone down here. Frank.
You let me. I wanted to do that, Joe.
Fred Kirsch, Paul Perillo, Mike Dussault. We're with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And Frank Caliendo, everybody. Yeah.
Are we on live right now?
We are live.
Yeah, I actually performed for the Patriots. I did a show. It was me opening up for Elton John in Houston. Pretty surreal.
You were at Robert's party, right?
Yeah. So and you were there.
No, I was not there. I was not there.
Blitz.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Didn't make it in. I couldn't make it. I had other opportunities.
Yeah. So. You look better than you've been around a long time.
Not as fat as I used to be.
You look young.
Right?
No,
just say the truth, like you did at the beginning.
No,
be honest here. You're
you
from
look
Boston.
great.
You can be rude.
No,
okay?
you look great.
I'm a Midwesterner.
You look great.
I all of a sudden had an accent. I'm a Midwesterner.
Yeah.
What was that right there?
Yeah.
No, I've lost a bunch of weight. Still have the fat face, but I'm working on getting. There's only so much you can do.
Don't you think he looks like Vinatieri?
You do a little bit.
Yeah, you look like.
Well, that's not bad. That's a buff.
Well, he's
kicker.
jacked.
He's jacked.
Yeah.
You know what I remember with Vinatieri was when the first Madden came out, I think Summerall would go, Vinatieri, back to kick.
Right.
And that's one of those things that I always remember so growing up. But, yeah, looking forward to this. This is something else. You guys got to be excited to be back in the fray again.
It's been a while. It's been tough.
Yeah, right.
What's
2, 3 years, 4 years?
It's been 7. All right.
Yeah.
That used to be one of my jokes. You go to Chicago and like '85, we made it to we were in the Super Bowl. Walter Payton was fantastic.
Right.
And then you go to Boston area. You go to England. We haven't been to Super Bowl in 2 years.
My kid's 6 and he's never seen a Super Bowl.
What are we gonna do here?
All right. So. Bill Belichick got snubbed
for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think that stuff's all garbage, to be honest. I wish he and Robert Kraft, both of them.
Right.
I tell you what, man, I should have go Gruden on that. It doesn't get any better than Bill Belichick. I don't care if he didn't like talking to the media. None of us like talking to the media, man. That's what it's all about. You got to be a coach. They come and talk to you in the middle of the game and say, what are you going to do different in the second half? Bill Belichick's not giving that up, man.
But I wonder what Bill would have said when he found out he got snubbed, though. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, that's the most emotional you could see it.
Right. Frank.
Yeah, I think that's and that's it. And that's just not talking just because you're on Patriots.com here. I think it's such a big part of history, and whatever reasons you could come up with, doesn't matter. I always talk to Gruden about. Back in the day, he was even talking about how his dad would coach at Notre Dame and how they would change. They wouldn't mow the lawn as much when USC would come. That's gamesmanship, man. That's being like you play in a non-dome stadium. There's a reason for that. You got I almost went milk. You got a quarterback with bigger hands at the end of the day.
Right.
You're gonna play in a cold weather type of situation. You got to have a hand size about a 10. You can't have a 9.2. 9.25 is not going to cut it in the snow zone. You might as well play, in Los Angeles or something like that.
Right. Now, would Todd McShay disagree with that?
I don't know. Who cares what Todd would say? Todd. Mel would always ask me, Frank, you do me over and over. How's your Todd McShay coming along? I'm like, he's normal. There's not that much to do.
Right. Frank,
So,
I love your impressions. There's a video that's always stuck with me, though, when you talk about it, and you talked about Morgan Freeman and finding the "oh yes," and I've been working on that for years. I can't get it.
Well, you went "oh yes" first of all. You were going "ah," so you got to start close. If you put the mic really close and go quieter, yes.
Yes.
See, it's already better.
See, fact of the matter is, and then you have to play with it like it's music.
It's got to be the most magical one. There's something about the Morgan Freeman
Well, it's because it's such a deep, raspy voice. That's cool, and the way you think of him from Shawshank Redemption. Because if you listen to him now, he's much older, and he's got that voice up here.
Right.
So it's a different thing. I talk about that, and this is not a political thing, but you see the Trump impression most people are doing. It's a 10-year-old, not 10 years old Trump. Hey, these are tremendous crowns. But it's Trump over the top, the yelling Trump when he's very quiet. Now they call it library Trump.
Right.
And then to balance it out, folks, Joe Biden, come on. The guy with the thing, I don't have to tell you.
Right.
So, but yeah, there's different versions of people. As they get older, they change too. Everybody doesn't sound the same now. When I first started doing John Madden, it was a John Madden way up here. Hey, folks, John. And then it became the actual John Madden that you hear.
Right.
And now it's Nicolas Cage.
Right.
Yes, of course. Boom. Here we are.
Right. So there's two guys that you're going to have to start working on, I hope, is Vrabel and May. So I don't know if you thought about that yet.
Vrabel, I actually did something for him during COVID with the Titans. I'll tell you this. Vrabel's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure you see that already, but he's got that gravitas, but also he seems like a little bit of an everyman. Like he's got that.
Well, he's a smart ass.
Yeah, well,
he's a wise
ass.
He's
a professional ball buster.
Oh yeah. But he's a regular guy. I mean, you don't feel like he's on a pedestal,
right?
And even if it's a little bit, it's like a pedestal. You can, he wants you to come at him so he can one up you.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah.
a little bit of that. Yeah. But he's great. He's one of the people that I was around, or even I'm trying to think if I've even been around. Might even have gotten this over Zoom, maybe talking to him on the phone. But it's that you could just feel that you just want to do stuff for him, and that's how a coach gets players to do
and it's work.
Play at the highest level.
It's work.
How do all the people react when you end up?
Well, Madden didn't like me for the longest time.
Really?
I finally made his grandkids laugh, and that kind of turned it around. Gruden embraces it, man. I'll tell you what, I love when Caliendo does this. Get me some new commercials here, man. But Schefter's okay with it, but he doesn't like the S's the way I say it. The letter S is not how I'd say it. That's the only way I can do it. Because these are magic tricks. Really, it's not. They're not. It's not sorcery. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's something you work at over and over and over to try and pull off the illusion.
Yep.
So and when people hear themselves, I try to do stuff that I really like about the person. So I find the thing that goes, oh, that's what makes that person famous. That's what makes them interesting, as opposed to, taking a person and just trying to berate them or make them sound unlikable.
Right.
I want the person to be likable. Like if I watch Charles Barkley, who's the most honest guy. He's going to tell you things. Part of his thing is he's going to be super honest with you. Like, and he's got the greatest thing. He's pulled it off that like nobody else could. NBA and TNT now, ESPN, but whatever. But he doesn't really study. He kind of knows what's going on. I know a little bit about what's going on in the game.
Yeah,
that's really great.
I'm with you.
But you want to watch him because
Right.
he's Charles Barkley.
Right.
And then they basically said, listen, you don't know much. You don't pay attention to the NBA. You don't care. That's what I do. How about we put you on college basketball too? Love it. How much are you going to pay me?
Right.
Enough.
Right.
I'm ready to go, man.
Right.
I'm ready to go. And I go from Weight Watchers to giving myself the shot. Fat shot, man. It's science. It's science, man.
But I like when Shaq gets upset with him. You need to stop.
Well, Shaq is Charles is basically the Rosetta Stone for Shaq.
Right.
Because Shaq will say something. That's going to be a good idea. Everybody's looking around and said,
what do you say?
Charles will be like, well, the first part of what you said was really good. And then first of all, and then he'll get 4 first of alls deep. Like, it'll be first of all, second first of all,
Right.
third first of all, infinitive first of all plus 1. So, those are, the sports guys are always interesting to me, and they're fun because the analysts are always breaking down stuff in games. And this is what Madden did himself, is he would go outside of the game and break down somebody in the crowd like it was a football game. And I think that's kind of what was the spur to my comedy, was doing that type of thing. You take these sports guys and break down everyday life types of things in that sports vernacular, so to speak, and it makes it a lot of fun. So, and I'm looking. I'm honest. I'm an honest guy. By the way, I'm going to be in Hartford. That's one of the reasons.
Oh, I was going to say what.
I'm looking. I'm working on a Wilbur theater date.
Okay. Nice.
in Boston.
Yeah, in Boston.
And my Boston accent. I'm working on. I'm working on getting to the Wilbur. We were going to try and do something over the summer, but the World Cup is all around.
That little thing. Yeah.
It tends to cut into some stuff. So I didn't want to do. They're looking for a fall date, but right now I'm in Hartford. I know you guys are all New England and even beyond. But Hartford at the Hartford Funny Bone next week, February 13th, 14th, 15th, frankonstage.com for those tickets. So frankonstage.com, Hartford, Connecticut. That's the only time I'm going to be in New England right now, and hopefully in the fall as well.
Well, that's cool. You're not going to be at Robert Kraft's party this weweek?
I haven't gotten the invite yet. Yeah. I'm going to work. I'm going to Tony Robbins' house, but that's not
some motivational cocktails.
Just name dropping, guys. Just name dropping.
There you go.
That's what I do.
All right. Well, listen, Frank, we appreciate you taking time with us.
Thanks, guys, for having me. Appreciate it.
This is great.
Good to see you guys.
What a treat. Yeah. All right. Frank Caliendo, everybody. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. No break.
Hold on. No break.
What?
No. We're gonna.
I don't know what that means.
We're going to have
Diana
Russini. He's pointing to the next guest.
Oh, Diana Russini. Okay. All right.
I got you, Tease.
Okay. All right. So she's in the
middle of talking.
That's so fun.
All right.
I wish I could do impressions like that.
So somebody tell her that she's ready to go. All right. Because I don't want. Diana, come on over here. Do you know who she is?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know who I'm talking about.
You guys.
Now she's saying hello to Frank.
I'm glad I was able to get some coaching there on my.
All right.
Yeah, you got your Morgan Freeman down.
There we go. Oh yes.
All right, Diana Russini, everybody. Hey.
Diana Russini was also very happy to meet Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, why not?
Just people with talent that work at it, and he just.
So you don't like us?
No. So you guys were given these jobs. I heard.
Fred gave me mine.
I heard Mr. Kraft made a call and was like, you guys must have did something to help him out down the line. So no, guys, it's so nice to be here.
First of all, nice to meet you.
Diana Russini.
Fred
nice
Kirsch,
Paul Perillo.
Paul,
Diana, Mike. We spoke briefly at a owners meeting or something. Do you have a kid named Mike?
I do.
Okay, that's where somehow it came over. We were staring at each other.
Yeah,
and you're like, my
it's
son
the
Mike. I'm like,
best name.
That's the best name.
It's all about you, Mike.
That's right.
Yeah, I got Mikey and Joey.
There's not enough Mikes in the world.
Oh, there
used to be so many, and now there's none. So thank you for keeping us going.
You know, it's funny. His daycare said that. They're like, he's the only Michael in the school. I'm like, really?
I know. I was like one of 4 in my school.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. But
so when it comes to Patriots news, your name is popping up more and more. What's going on? Like,
I've always covered the Patriots.
I know you have.
So when I was at ESPN, I was a Sports Center anchor first, but I loved football. And so I used to convince my boss to let me go be a reporter. And they didn't want to have me travel because I would have to do SportsCenter later in the day or the next day. So they're like, just go to New England. So I used to go there, and by the way, it wasn't too shabby to cover the New England Patriots those years because they were winning. And that's actually really where my career as an NFL reporter started, was around Brady and Gronk and Edelman and Amendola, like all those, even Jimmy, like those guys to this day are like people I still stay in touch with because that's where I started and learned about the game. And they were, one of the most frequent questions I get is like, what's the best locker room you've ever been a part of or got to cover and be in? And it's always those years. Those guys were awesome.
Yeah.
And yes, because they're winning. But I think a lot of people thought like the Belichick way meant that would make for just like a tightly wound group, and that wasn't it.
How do you compare those teams with the team we've got right now?
They're finding themselves still. Like, yes, they're here in the Super Bowl, and I think it's pretty darn remarkable. I mean, I was at training camp in the summer when they had that joint practice with the Commanders.
Yeah.
And I remember driving home going, I think it's going to be like a 5-win season.
We felt the same way. We were watching it too.
Right? Like Drake was okay. It just didn't look like it was clicking. And I'd covered Vrabel tons when he was with Tennessee. So that was my other punishment at ESPN. So there's like a lot of really good, talented NFL reporters at ESPN. And so when I joined that group, they're like, all right, well, you're going to get like the teams that no one really pays attention to. So go cover the Titans.
Right. Well, Nashville's not too bad.
At the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So I started with Malarkey, and then Vrabel gets hired, and I was there, and I remember all of a sudden it started to change. They went from being like no one thought about them to Mike got them playing really well. And then, of course, they went to the AFC Championship game in 2019, and I got to cover them. And so I know what it looks like when he's leading on a team when it's working. And I would argue there was probably maybe a little bit more skill in that group. There were better players in that 2019 Titans team. But I see already it's work. Like I'm starting to see it grow. But it's a work in progress, which is crazy because they're playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
No, I mean we're as stunned as anyone. I mean no one on this panel expected what's happening, but we could see it starting to evolve. And I think you mentioned it. Vrabel has got these guys playing for him.
Yeah, and he's different too.
Oh yeah,
He's different from when he was in Tennessee.
Yeah,
you think?
I've observed it. Even just talking to some of the players yesterday, trying to collect little stories about them to write a piece. I'm just surprised how loose he is with them. He ran a really tight ship in Tennessee.
Oh, is that right?
He obsessed over the dumbest things, and I'd be like, why are those guys getting, like, why are they aside running sprints? And I'd find out it was like because they were like late to a training room or something, like something that I didn't really understand, but to him was important and valuable. And you respect your teammates by being on time, all the things that are important in any line of work. But I find him a little looser, which is a good thing, I think. I think it's because he's still always going to be disciplinary, and he's still going to be hard because of where he comes from and how he was raised in football. But the fact that you can't talk to a player about their success without them bringing him up.
Yeah.
Everyone said, they all started. Morgan Moses yesterday was like, he's just inspiring. I'm like, what are we doing? What is he doing in these meetings?
I think that.
And they all say the same stuff. Yeah. It's amazing.
I think one of the things he's learned is that not everything is important. And he says it a lot now, like, well, that's interesting, but it's not important. And now I think he's focusing on the important things and letting the interesting things kind of go by, whereas maybe in the past, everything he had to feel, he felt he had to control.
That's growth, too, because he's in his early 50s to be able to observe and reflect on maybe some of your mistakes. Like, look, the Tennessee ending there wasn't great. It wasn't. Like, just a lot of weirdness happened at the end there where I wasn't sure really where that was going to go. I could see them keeping him, but him getting fired was definitely on the table.
Maybe Adams still won't talk to him.
So to do that and then to go to Cleveland, and I remember watching practice out there, and Stefanski was like, Di, you got to see this guy. He's like a labradoodle. The way he runs around this field, and I think sometimes when you get knocked down, like, how many times do you think he's actually been a failure at anything? I bet you he's never been fired at anything he's done.
Right.
So to get fired from a dream job, I know he and his family, they love living there. I'm sure that was difficult. So to go and kind of reinvent and tweak and be around people that do it very differently. Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski run a very different operation when they were together. To take all of that, evolve, and then to get this job in New England and do this already, it's tremendous.
So, Diana, what are you specifically working on while you're here? Is there anything that you're focused on?
Yeah, everything but the Super Bowl, actually.
Oh, is that right?
No. So we have our great reporters that you guys, I'm sure, have interviewed before at The Athletic. Chad Graff, that covers New England for us so well. But my job is really to find out what everyone else in the league is talking about right now outside of the game, whether it's players that maybe want to get traded. A lot of digging right now on this coaching hiring cycle, what this is going to look like for these staffs, what this really looks like for the players. I've got the Pro Bowl tonight where I can just grab some of these guys of like, hey, what are you hearing so far about, your new coach? Like Bijan Robinson was chewing my ear off yesterday about what the run game is going to look like with Stefanski, right? Because that's what he does. So doing some of that, and then by Saturday night, I'll lock into the game.
Okay. Because I'll do your job for you.
You will, please.
The Athletic is one of
Take
the
my
few,
phone.
No, The Athletic is one of the few things I still subscribe to.
Oh, you like us?
It's a great deal.
Good.
I mean, you get you get that morning email that has all the headlines.
Get the newsletter,
and if you whatever you're interested in, you just click on. So
well, thank you.
It's like everything in one place, and it's great writers. It's really high quality. So I think it's one of the best values out there.
Thank you.
It really is.
And I'm really, really proud to work here. I worked at ESPN for 10 years, and it was really hard for me to leave because I loved it. And it was ESPN. It's the best. Worldwide leader. And so when The Athletic approached me to take over as their insider, I was like, I don't know. Like, this doesn't seem right.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had a hard first year. Because you have to push yourself and realize what you're capable of doing. And you have to really go at it hard, and I did. And I had good people helping me, too.
Yeah.
Like, I did not do that alone. Like, I had so many people in football reach out and be like, you're going to drown. Like, you need to do this, and this.
Yeah.
You need to call more. I actually had a head coach my first 3 months. He reached out to me and said, how come you don't call me? I said, why would I call you? He's like, because you're an insider. I'm like, oh, my gosh, you're right. Yeah. And he's like, and his point was, your competitors are calling me.
Right.
So if you want to stay in this and do this at a high level, you're going to have to get more aggressive. And I think I've gotten a little bit more aggressive since. But The Athletic is, I think they're the best writers, the most tremendous beat reporters in the country.
I agree. They've really, created a really cool thing. And, nowadays, like, people aren't reading as much. They really should.
Yep.
So places like The Athletic, I think we need to support as sports fans because you'll miss it when they're gone. So
it's true.
Yeah.
And if you really love your team, and we know this fan base is rabid about it, like, you're getting stories outside of just the basic X's and O's of things that you're seeing that you can see on your television. Our reporters dig. They find out the stories that you cannot get anywhere else.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a lost art. This is what I talk about all the time.
There's
not enough.
We're the ink stain.
And by the way,
we're old. That's right.
You're not old.
We're old.
You're wise. Journalism these days, just because I do have to write a lot of stuff that and do some digging on a lot of these stories, and I'm sure you've read some of the things that we've had to do on the Jets, and we recently did something on the Minnesota Vikings, and why they fired their GM.
It was a good piece. I read that.
Thank you. The hardest part about doing these stories is people don't want to take the time to read it and understand why you're writing about it. They just take headlines or details that don't actually reflect what the story is. So I'd say, like, in 2026, that's been the hardest part about doing this, whereas I feel like on TV, I could go on the air for 30 seconds, say it, and people get it. Not everyone's always going to read your whole article, so I always try to keep that in mind when I'm writing.
How do you deal with the pushback? Because a lot of fan bases don't want to hear what you have to tell them.
Yeah,
especially ours.
I've grown to really like the Patriots fan base because they just want the truth. I do find that, whereas Philly does not want to be told anything.
No.
Philly is tough. They are all over my benches. I don't really engage. I've learned that it's not, because most fans that I do meet, they're lovely. They don't say the things. So I don't know who these people are. Maybe it's you three on there on Twitter tweeting at me. Like,
how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you say, that our run game's not as good as it should be. And look, most of it's denial. Most of it is you're the messenger and they don't want to hear it. Yeah. And I usually just The truth is the truth, and I'm trying to stick with that. You know?
That's right. Facts are facts.
Yep, facts
right?
are facts.
All right, Diana, I know you're busy. You got things to do, but
Get
we
digging.
appreciate you taking the time
This
with
is
us.
awesome. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
this is great.
Excited.
Thank you
yes,
very
yes,
much.
Thank
Good
you.
to meet
It's
you
very
in
lovely
person.
to meet
Yeah.
you. I'm sure
Appreciate
I'll
it.
see you guys plenty.
Thank you, Diana.
Good to see you, Mike.
All right, Diana Russini from The Athletic. Subscribe. It's a good value. All right, now we'll take a break, right? And we'll be right back after this.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex Disc contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience,
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in. We walked into a real one tonight. How much you sit on? Over 20 mil. Any ideas who might want this money? The cartel, dirty cops. Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God. Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex Disc contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience,
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in. We walked into a real one tonight. How much you sit on? Over 20 mil. Any ideas who might want this money? The cartel, dirty cops. Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
Come on. Switch it. Come on.
Come on, come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
Move, go!
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, back here in Patriots Unfiltered. We are live from Radio Row. It's Deuce, Paul, and Fred, and we've been joined by a bunch of great guests. Really great stuff. Been a lot of fun. People have been wondering, like, what's going on? Anthony, why don't you pan?
a lot.
Yeah,
You just did.
Yeah,
He
he
just
nice
did his
pan.
pan.
That's
He
it?
just professionally
It was a
panned
great
in.
pan.
You
It
see
was
that?
a great pan.
What about the other side? We got 2 cameras
That
here.
was well done.
You do double pan.
Yeah.
With a fade.
Yeah, there's Matt Morrell.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan over here.
Yeah, you only get to see
Christopher Nolan.
You've heard of the Odyssey?
Yeah. So that's
there's Morrell trying to get out of the shot.
That's a little bit of it, but there's a lot that obviously you can't see. Cool. Maybe Matt No Socks is here. I saw Flanagan here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he can get some B-roll of stuff, and maybe we can show it later in the week. Yeah. Some of the sets, the ESPN set and all the sets. Yeah, we can show that later in the week. So we're going to be here 1 to 5 up until through Friday. So the fun doesn't stop today. We'll be here. We'll be here all week, as they say. So who are we waiting for? Sean Stellato, who is the agent of Tommy DeVito, who's a New England Patriot. But while we're waiting for him, I see Alex Francisco, the great Alex Francisco.
Yes.
Alex,
Take off your
Take a seat.
Take off your thing.
yeah. All right.
Of course, you know her as the host of Patriots Unfiltered on TV.
That's right. Alex, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm great.
Good. So where are you coming from?
The Team Hotel.
The Team Hotel. And what's going on back there?
We had some media availabilities, Vrabel, a couple of the guys. It was busy.
How was the media availability?
A lot of reporters.
Yeah.
But pretty standard, honestly.
Yeah. So they had that in a big tent.
Yep, exactly. It's outdoors. It almost looks like it's like a wedding setup, one of those event tents and podium, step and repeat.
Did you talk to anyone, see any of the interviews?
A little bit. I watched Vrabel. There's so many people that I'm kind of just like hanging off to the side. I got a lot yesterday at the opening night.
Yep.
So that was really cool. Paul warned me about what to expect and how much
Was
of a
that
circus
close?
it was. You were so close. I think when you watch it on TV, I don't know. I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but it was totally
I
different.
thought there would be opportunities for some lifestyle
Yeah.
kind of content that would.
There definitely
come up.
was, but
like
there was
Guillermo
just
from Jimmy Kimmel.
So
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
you're
this
competing
is,
with
this
so
is
many
your first.
people.
This is your first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So far, what do you think? What do you is this like kind of what you expected, or
It's better.
Better.
It's way better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so exciting to be here. There's an infectious energy and everywhere you go, like from getting coffee and someone seeing I'm wearing a Patriots shirt and getting excited and giving me free chocolate to like just people want to talk to you, everyone's happy.
Deuce, how come you don't get free chocolates?
That's one of life's great questions,
That's
Paul.
right up there
I'm
for
always
you.
open for free chocolate.
That might be a certain type of privilege I have, but I'll try to help you guys out.
Humble brag.
So what are some of the things that you are planning to do this week?
Planning to do.
Capture the spirit of the thing.
Capture the spirit for sure. I really enjoyed kind of observing the guys yesterday, and I'll tell you about one moment I thought was really nice. I was walking around the opening night, and I saw Jack Gibbons just like sitting on the floor, and I was like, why is Jack sitting on the floor? And then I looked closer, and he's talking to a reporter who's in a wheelchair, so he was like getting down with him.
Oh.
It was just such a nice thing. I don't know what prompted it, but just observing from
Get
afar.
eye
was-
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, but there's a lot of stuff going around in town. I would suggest like
parties.
Yeah, like checking out what the schedule of stuff. And
When's the Bad Bunny
and
press
just,
conference?
And just going. Just hang. That's
for sure.
Just go and make your own. Schedule.
My girls, Carissa Thompson and Erin Andrews, are doing a live podcast tomorrow. I got invited to, so
Yeah.
maybe check that
You should
out.
do that.
But
I don't want you at the team hotel. No, seriously, I don't want you there. I want you out.
I don't want to be there either.
I want you in San Francisco.
Evan
I
wants
want
to
you
be there.
wherever there's stuff going on,
Yeah.
and just do that. Don't worry about the team.
That's my plan.
We got that. Evan's got that covered. Don't worry about it.
I think now that
yeah.
stuff's done in the morning and last night, I think the rest of the day I'm going to spend up here.
Yeah.
Get a lay of the land.
Yep. Yep. So go check it out and then report back here and tell us what you've done.
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do.
All right.
How's that Bad Bunny press conference, Fred? Are you going to go to that like you did to go YouTube?
That was that was YouTube.
Just leave me and Mike to do the whole show by ourselves?
That was different.
Like you and Brian did, right? You remember, right?
Well, somebody had to be there. We had a report from there, yeah. Yeah.
And Fred and Brian just love you, too, so they had to go to the Bono press conference.
Oh, it was fun.
This is
And
not a
Shane-
rebel song.
And Shane fell asleep
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
air.
no.
He
Well,
hit his head on the microphone.
He was a little hungover.
Maybe.
Yeah.
One too many Patty O'Brien's Hurricanes.
Yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so that's good.
Who have you guys
So
had?
are you going to do a newsletter this week?
I am.
Okay.
Super Bowl edition.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to need you in like, an hour, right?
Yeah.
We got to tape some TV
You got to
after
tape
we
some
finish the
TV
show.
after this, right? So All Access will be on Saturday, but we've got the PU on TV show, right?
Well, and it's going to be part of a different show, The Road to Santa Clara, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Thursday night, an hour-long special,
And where can you watch that?
TV 38.
Okay.
I hope so.
Patriots
Ron
YouTube
Burgundy.
channel.
You got to go to the UHF.
What?
The UHF.
Welcome to the Bay Area. I thought it was Santa Clara. Welcome to the Bay Area.
But no, it's BAE. Bay Area. Sorry.
Oh,
Do you know
I
what that
see.
stands for?
I see.
His wife's coming in 2 days.
Seriously, don't. What do you got? What do you got to do that for?
It's my bay.
That's
Just
not
a question.
That's just uncalled for.
I just
How many
was
times
trying
do I
to
get
make
caught
sure
being
you're caught
unhip?
up to speed,
How many times do you catch me being unhip?
Fewer than you would expect. Fewer
Correct.
times.
Correct. That's the right answer. Because never would not be correct, but
pandering.
fewer than you would expect is the right answer. Thank you.
All right.
Fred's like disgusted.
No, I'm looking around for. We're supposed to. Our next guest is supposed to be.
Fred's like the guy when you go to a party and you
He's called a
bump
better
into someone
dealer.
and there's a guy that's
Right,
talking to you,
right.
but he's
Yeah.
just
He's
looking
looking
around.
around.
Who's more
It's
important
called
that I
a
can
better
be talking
dealer.
to?
Right.
You're looking for a better deal.
I feel the pace of the show slowing down a little. All right.
You can take some calls.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's go. Let's go to Boston Cream. What's up, Boston Cream? How you doing? Boston
Hey
Cream.
guys, I just spent the last. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I just spent the last 2 hours watching the video while I was running on the treadmill. Realized I got about 30 minutes in, and I'm definitely an audio listener. I can't look at you guys for 2 hours.
Yep.
That being said, I think I have some trivia to stump Paul, and it's Super Bowl
Okay.
Related.
All right.
Okay, first question. Who is the Super Bowl leading rusher? It's in a Super Bowl.
Ooh, I didn't catch
Yeah,
it.
you broke up. You broke up a little, but what was the question again?
The Super Bowl single game leading rusher for the Patriots in their history.
Oh,
in a
for the-
Super Bowl.
For the Patriots.
In a Super Bowl.
Oh, boy, that's a really good question.
In a Super Bowl.
Kevin Falk.
Curtis Martin.
It's Sony Michel in 53.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I misread. I misunderstood the question. Single game. Yeah.
Well, that's what I
that wouldn't have been my guess. Kevin Falk. I was guessing.
Collectively.
No, I
Yeah.
thought it was single game, so I got it.
No,
wrong.
he did. He said it right.
Yeah.
I just brain
Okay,
farted.
so you stumped Paul.
Yep.
Okay, I got two more.
Okay.
Am I afforded two more?
Yep. As long as your phone doesn't break up. Yep.
Okay. Single game single super sack record for Patriots. It's 2.5. I'll give you a hint.
Willie McGinnis?
Willie McGinnis? Yeah, I was going to say Willie.
I believe Willie had 2. You want another guess?
Vrabel.
Vrabel also had 2.
Roosevelt Colvin.
It's Trey Flowers in 51.
Oh, okay. 2.5.
Big sack there near the end.
Which one was 51?
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
20-3.
Okay.
Okay, what's your final one?
Final one. Before James White won the Super Bowl in 51 versus Atlanta, there was an incomplete pass to which Patriots player?
Martellus Bennett.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go, Paul.
There you go.
Love you guys. Can't wait to listen.
Tiny
All right.
bit of
Thanks, Boston
retribution.
Cream. Appreciate the call. All right, let's go to Dan in New Jersey. What's up, Dan? Hey, Dan.
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now you talk.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a little different in San Francisco. So you were talking about how good we've had it. 6-6, 7-5. Did you talk about the fact that we've got now 40 playoff wins? I know that because Nance pointed it out, but also that's, if you do the math going back to 85, that's one per season. If my high school math doesn't fail me. That's pretty good. I'd sign for that.
Yeah. I mean, no one's complaining.
Who's got it better than us?
Deuce
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Deuce is afraid that we're going to drop to 500 in
So,
Super Bowls.
so you're afraid that people don't appreciate that, Dan? Is that the issue here?
But there's no issue. I just want to, point out that, it's been a pretty good run there. And
yep.
I'm feeling pretty good about Sunday for the rematch.
Okay.
We didn't come this far just to come this far.
That's right.
24-21 Patriots. Henderson with a big contribution.
All right. Sounds good.
Bold.
Sounds good, Dan. Appreciate
Good
the call.
job, Dan.
Dan, a little worried that people aren't appreciating the fact that we've won some games in the playoffs.
I've watched a lot of playoff victories.
Yeah.
Is that do the Patriots have the most? I mean, I'm guessing they obviously have the most Super Bowls, so they must have the most playoff victories, right? In NFL history.
Patriots, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah. Simple math.
Yeah, I thought they just broke the record of which team was it? I forget.
San Francisco?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah. With that win in Denver, I think they broke the record.
I believe that's right.
Yep. Let's see. Carl in Salt Lake says his prediction is 27-24 Patriots. In the theme of seeing ghosts and the interconnectedness of everything, this is how the game will end. With 2 minutes left, the Seahawks will get the ball and need to get down the field for a field goal. We will stop them on the first 3 plays. It will be 4th and 6. Gonzo will have shut down JSN the whole game. Darnold will try to throw a slant to Kupp, but Marcus Jones will undercut the throw for a game-sealing interception.
Oh, my G.
So he's got it all planned out.
I've seen a lot of this, and I just think people are not realizing how hard it is to just match up Gonzo with JSN. I mean, as everybody who's had any cornerbacks or even everything is focused on Jackson Smith and Jigba and shutting him down. They're going to put him in the backfield. They're going to move him all around so that they can try to dictate matchups with him. So it sounds great on paper. Just stick Gonzo on him and he'll shut it down. I don't see that happening. I just don't think that they're going to be able to physically execute that game plan. They're going to need to play sides, and everybody's going to need to play really well.
I agree. It's a hard thing to do, even if you just lined up traditionally, like the old Colts, and you knew where he was going to be. He's a great receiver. Now, I know that Gonzo's a great corner, so that means they're both going to go back and forth, and there's going to be some plays either way. To just say you're going to shut him down is – I mean, that's hard.
Maybe it's a third down, and then it's like, yes, that's the play. But he's probably Jackson Smith-Njigba was too good, and this is too big of a game. He's going to make some plays. You just have to limit it, and you can't let him have one of those big downfield plays that quick scores. And those are the plays that just change the whole complexion of the game.
Other than quarterback, because there's so much mental to the position, the hardest position in the NFL is cornerback. Like it's really hard to cover a guy that tight if the quarterback is accurate.
Yeah.
Because the minute you make your move, you're open for that second. And if the quarterback has good timing.
Yeah, I mean, look at the pop touchdown.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Where, the cornerback is right there. I mean, it's millimeters. And Pop grabbed it, turned upfield, touchdown.
Yep.
Not to mention, if you make a penalty, it can be so detrimental,
Right.
A DPI call. And
that's why they call it on an island. You're on an
small.
island, yeah.
Alex, I saw you talking to Kendrick Bourne over there.
I did. Nice to see him.
I know we're not going to probably have him on this show, but I am kind of interested just to see. He knows both these teams really well. San Francisco, he saw Seattle 3 times.
Right.
He obviously knows the Patriots well. I think it would be interesting. Maybe if he comes
get him
back,
on. I don't care.
have him come on.
I don't care.
Do we see him?
I don't even care.
Do we see him?
I don't still see him.
Bro,
but
I don't even care, bro.
If he comes by, we'll give him some plugs for Born Blessed, his clothing brand.
For sure.
Yeah. Joe in Michigan says, I know I said I couldn't predict the score, but Seattle defense overall is 6th. Chargers were 5th. Patriots are the best D Seattle has faced. Therefore, the Patriots beat Seattle worse than how they crushed Chargers.
Yeah,
There's a lot of logic here, a lot of transitive
Seattle's
logic.
won in defense. They have the best scoring defense in football.
Patriots 34, Seattle 13.
Whew.
Wow, I hope so.
Fred would be happy because Fred likes the blowout.
I have no interest in having an entertaining close game. Let's get this thing done in the third quarter.
Entertaining blowout.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Super Bowls too. They're so long. Like when they're close, like it's a long time of stress. Like watching a game, like on edge and.
How many years do you think were shaved off our life between Atlanta and Seattle, especially?
I tell you, between the helmet catch and the Seattle catch down near the goal line, those 2 plays, I think probably shaved a couple off of mine.
Definitely.
We were talking about Brady making it easy for Patriots fans to move on. James Pettigrew, who's the most interesting Patriots fan in the world, writes in, "We're all Bridget Moynihan now." Yeah, I can see that. She's thriving, though.
I was going to say, does that mean we've all moved on?
Yeah.
Because I think she is winning.
Beautiful, successful actress.
Yeah.
Although she can't completely because they share a child, so,
Right.
Yeah.
He's almost 18.
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, guys, and I know I'm the famous Brady hater on the panel here, air quotes, but it was like the TB12 thing. Like, I feel like that is when I shifted from Tom Brady, the 6th-round draft pick from Michigan, who, holy crap, look what he's doing, to like, now he's a brand, and he's got takes on how you should eat and all that stuff that just started to pile up as he had more and more success.
Yep. Max says, I'm with Fred about owing so much to Brady. I mean, I have every possible version of his jersey, but he seems to be bitter about the Patriots, maybe because Bill was chose over him, or wasn't bitter against the Bruins. Either was Cherry, who was fired unceremoniously by Sinden. Bird, even while working with the Pacers, said he still rooted for the Celtics. It seems it's not about him. It seems if it's not about him, he's dismissive. I blame the change on the Brazilian Yoko, who seemed to change him. Anyway, I hope Drake is taking a page from Tom's work ethic and studying Seattle's D every waking moment so he will have the answers.
We don't have to get into it, but he should do a little research on Bobby Orr. There's quite a bit of animosity at the end, and it was all related to Orr's agent, who didn't tell him.
Is that Eagleson?
Yes.
Alan
right.
Eagleson?
That the Bruins had made an offer, and the agent held out on him, and that's why he went to Chicago. There was quite a bit of animosity at the end. They mended the fences afterwards.
They did, yeah.
I just say, though, I think people are kind of speculating and putting thoughts in Brady's head to, like, he doesn't appreciate the Patriots anymore. I just think he's part owner of another team. He's on TV. Like, he's got a ton of things going on that he has to balance. And look, he's handling it the way he handles it. But I don't. I mean, look, I watched him during that TB12 induction ceremony a couple of. I am Tom Brady, and I am a Patriot for life. I mean,
I am a politician for life.
Right, and that's the perfect way to sum it up. Like, he's doing more politics now. I just think there's always going to be a special place in his heart for the Patriots. That's where he won 6 Super Bowls.
I hope so. Because
you wouldn't kiss him again now? Would you kiss him again?
We all have a special place in our heart.
Not with your cold. Not with your cold. You shouldn't get sick.
Daniel writes in, who do you think is more likely between May and Darnold to carry the team if facing a deficit entering the second half? I think I trust Darnold more because he has to do less, which is why I think having a lead at halftime is so crucial. Obviously, it depends on who gets the ball after half, but all things being equal, I think I trust Darnold.
What do you mean he has to do less?
I don't understand that.
The question started off, if they fall behind, who would you trust more if they had to carry the load? Then he said, I trust Darnold more having to carry the load because he would be asked to do less. Well, he's not carrying the load then. Right? If you're asked to carry the load, I take that as the second half.
His load is lighter.
You're chasing points, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means I would trust May in that situation because I think he's carried the offense periodically throughout the season. And I don't think Darnold really has been asked to do that a lot. Now, he has sometimes, but wouldn't you feel better about May in that kind of a situation?
I think so, especially if his downfield accuracy is clicking and he's able to chuck a 50-yard bomb for a score right off the bat.
So not knowing, the details of all the Seattle wins this week, how many times has Darnold had to win the game for the team?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's hard to just say that without how many times has May had to win?
2 or 3, right?
I'd say 1.
1?
But that's a testament to how good the Patriots have been. They haven't had to chase all that often.
Yeah. Baltimore,
maybe
they had
Buffalo. Yeah,
Buffalo
the Buffalo game to me was tied, it wasn't like that desperation. Now, so even if you wanted to include that, that's 2. The Patriots have had the lead in an enormous percentage of the season, right? They're leading at the half of almost every game. They're leading going through the fourth quarter of almost every game. That's because they were a good team.
But even in the playoffs, where we all know that Drake hasn't played that great, the plays that the Patriots had to have, even though they were only 3 against the Texans, May made them. With his legs against Denver, he made the plays, and without him, they probably wouldn't have won any of those games.
No, so they'd have won the Denver game.
Even though he hasn't had great statistic games, he's made the plays that won the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would largely agree with that, but they would have won those games without May. Especially the Denver game. Mike could have quarterbacked the Denver game and won it.
I appreciate that. Wait.
I mean, they put 7 on the board for you.
Right.
That's all you needed.
But, to get that we need to get Jerry.
Yeah, he's not going to come on.
I want him to come on.
Yes. No. I'm far too modest. No.
What? So Jerry Matalon is here. He's our talent coach. And I want to just come here. Just come over here. Here, Alex, give him. Yeah.
Alex, get out.
Sit down. Yeah, sit down.
He's been texting him the whole day, and he won't come on. Hey, don't drink my water.
Own the chair.
So Jerry Matalon is here. Jerry is a talent coach to everybody you know.
ESPN legend.
On ESPN, and you discovered Stuart Scott.
Unbelievable story.
Yeah. So hi, Jerry.
Hi, Fred.
Hi.
How are you? Hi, boys.
So,
hi, Jerry.
You give us tips. You coach us. So my first question is, how disappointed are you in us? Because no, I'm only kidding. So what is going on there?
Because I want
the mic
backwards. I want the mic on the inside.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's what I coach you guys on.
Okay. All right. Okay. No. So you must be really disappointed. We're like your worst students, right?
Oh, I have never worked with a group more hungry, more passionate about what can I do better? How can I tell this story better? How can I take the audience to a place they can't get without me? The story, oh my gosh.
No, you're great. I mean,
these guys will do an interview, and then Jerry will send them the interview with his little head there, like stopping at certain moments and said, okay, you did really good here. This is what you could have done better here. It's really helpful.
Well, I mean, one of the things I try to do is figure out what needs to be said, then how does it need to be communicated. So sometimes it might be a quick text, sometimes an email, sometimes it's a phone call or a Zoom, but also I'm thinking, how can I make sure that, now
it's like watching The Master.
I love it. No, I love it.
It's like his first time.
It's just I don't like the mic coming across the mouth. So I'm sure the viewers couldn't care because right now most of them are going, break time.
No.
But anyhow, what you were describing was when I'm on screen with whatever I'm evaluating, so people would see you, and then there's a bubble with me, and I'm like, right here, Fred.
Yeah.
That's where I needed an example. Deuce. That's a football term. Most of the audience does not know what you're talking about.
Deuce is always talking over our heads.
Paul, I need you to use a better, stronger statement qualifier instead of I think. Say I believe. I know, or just be declarative. So it's so much fun, and it's stuff that I wish I knew.
How did
at
you
a
get
younger
into
age.
this business?
Totally random.
Yeah.
Totally random. Well, I got into sports in the second grade where I made a declaration to my friends. I said, I just want to be a sportscaster. When I got to college, I went to University of Buffalo. And
sorry about that.
Well, you got to go somewhere, and look, there's only so many places this guy is going to take. Harvard said no.
Yeah.
Oh, I never applied.
Yeah.
So anyhow, when I got to college, I realized I wasn't that good at the time getting from what was in my head out of my mouth. So there's a cliche, those who can't teach.
Sure.
And
those who can't teach Jim.
That is the second part of that.
Right.
I am not going there. So
I have a really good friend that I use that on all the time.
So I just ran when I got to ESPN in 1988, and I was a production assistant, just working my way up. Just randomly, there was an open position in the talent office, and when I heard about it, I went to my boss, who was in the meeting when it was brought up, and I asked him, I said, I think it's a good idea if I go for that. What do you think? And he paused and he goes, bad idea. I go, really? He goes, no. Wait a second. You're really good with the talent. You have a really good manner in terms of knowing how to criticize the performance without criticizing the performer.
Mm-hmm.
And you understand not to effusively give praise, make sure you always have evidence as well. So I just got into it, and people responded. And then when I left ESPN, I was like, all right, how do I figure out how to do this as a business? And then I branched out to the dark side, as I call it, and I do the media training. So all the guys, the coaches, the GMs, the players who don't give you substantive answers but do it in a engaging way, that's my fault, and I don't apologize. And I work on a lot of speeches as well.
Yeah.
So if Larry Fitzgerald gets into the Hall of Fame, I already have started that framework.
Wow.
And
no, I mean, it's impressive. Like, you walk around and everybody knows you. You know everybody. It's so impressive.
I'm trying
to be able to do that. No, I'm serious. Like,
as am I. I'm trying.
You're great. You're like the master. I mentioned the story about Stuart Scott, and Ashok, who worked with you at ESPN, who works with the Patriots now, told me about this. But I'd love to hear it from you.
It's an amazing story about randomness, doing the right thing, just because it's the right thing to do. So the story. How much time do we have?
We're good.
Because I actually, minutes. Because I actually have different versions of length. I don't have a 23-minute version of it. So I was working on a documentary on Shaquille O'Neal's rookie season in Orlando. I was a feature producer for ESPN at the time. And I was down in Orlando for about a month, and I was interviewing everybody. If you had a mouth, I had a mic. And I got some real gems. I remember interviewing one of the cleaning guys who brought up to me how I was asking about the difference when Shaq was not there and when he got there. And he said, we had to get a new trash dollied in order to get all the garbage out on time because so many more people are coming to the games. So I was like, oh, that's going in there somewhere. So I kept running into, I was in the media room, one guy seemed like a good guy. I was like, all right, let me ask him if he can interview. So I asked him for an interview. He said yes. And we did the interview. He was okay. We shook hands. He walked away. And about a minute later, I feel a tap on my shoulder, and it's that guy who I interviewed. And he said, who do I send a tape to get looked at? I said, I don't know. Send it to me. I said, I'll look at it. And if it's any good, I'll walk it into the guy's office who looks at tapes, because he would get so many, and that was back in the day with tapes, that he wouldn't be able to. So I at least could offer that as long as I had the evidence that it was worth his time. 2 weeks later, I get the tape, I look at it, and I go, this one's a little different. My wife, Brenda, was working at ESPN at the time, and I went over to her area, and I said, can you look at this? I go, what do you think? And Brenda said, I like it. I go, me too. I said, I'm going to go walk it up to Al. So I go up to Al Jaffe's office. Al was the talent executive at the time. And I walked in his office, and I said, Al, you may want to look at this one.
Yeah.
This one's a little different, which, by the way, in the documentary, they had it wrong.
What made it different?
He infused personality and had an amazing ability to not make it about himself while putting himself into what he did.
Yeah.
The passion, having fun, but not taking away from others. He was a really amazing teammate. So it was just something I had never seen before. So I walked in Al, and then about 2 months later, I'm at my desk, and I see from a distance the guy's getting a tour. So I saw him, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. I said, good luck. 6 months later, I looked at the talent schedule, and there was his name, Stuart Scott.
Wow.
And from there, we just always looked out for each other. And, I mean, what he went through, first guy through the wall in anything in life gets bloodied. And the stories that are not told. And it's just what he endured, using that cliche, betting on yourself. But he just was willing to be different, and he had one quality that I wish I had more of. He was willing to be silly. We don't have enough silly in the world.
Yeah.
And willing to just put yourself out there and make others look better as well.
Yeah.
So I miss him every single day. He's with me every day. In fact, if anyone sees videos that I send from my home, I always had Stuart's back at ESPN. And behind me, I have a picture of Stuart, a portrait, to signify and symbolize that he always has mine.
Yeah.
And so but it wasn't more than just doing the right thing by someone. And I hit.
Yep.
I hit on it.
Yep.
And I'm very lucky. I always made sure that I made clear it wasn't my booyah. It wasn't my cool as the other side of the pillow. But there were times where I had to say, all right, look, I need to talk to you about this, this, and this.
Yep.
So, my father used to always say, he'd call me at work and he'd say, how's Stuart doing?
Right.
And I go, he's doing fine, Dad. He owes you. And I said, Dad, he knows.
Yeah.
And what's nice is that once I had asked him if he would record a kind of a like a hype video or something, message for my daughter's, Molly's middle school. They were going through these Connecticut mastery tests. And so he was willing to record it. I had the script and prompter, and he stewed it up. He gave Molly, my daughter, a couple of shout-outs. Went over like a big hit. And I called him afterwards, and I said, Stu, thank you for doing that. I am a big hit with especially my daughter, and he has 2 daughters. And I said, you know how hard it is to be in good standing with your daughters. And I said, so I owe you, and I'm going to pay you back. And he goes, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to call my father, and I'm going to tell him we're even.
That's good.
Wait.
Yeah.
And Stuart said, we're not even close.
Wow. Yeah.
Good guy.
And I didn't start crying. I always do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just try to embody what he taught me and what he does for me. And really, think about this. And this is just so sobering for me. Just a nice gesture. Granted, I have an expertise. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I know. And I just saw something, and how that one gesture not only changed his life, my life.
Yeah.
It changed his family's life.
Yeah.
It changed the industry, and it changed the fortunes of a race of people who finally were like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And to be part of that,
yeah,
that's unbelievable.
No, that's a great story.
Oh,
it's a really good
how
story.
lucky am I?
It's
cool.
great.
And then there was, I don't know if people realize, there was the documentary on Stewart, and as part of that, they tell the story a little bit.
Yes.
Of you being intimately involved in sort of discovering him.
Yes, and I couldn't make it when days they were doing the interviews, but you know what? It was very nice.
He's probably meeting with Deuce because that takes a long time. The Deuce.
I need a lot of work.
It is my pleasure.
It's a lot of work.
We just
Hold
want
on. I think I need a lot of work.
Yeah.
We just need fewer statements posing his questions,
Yes,
multiple questions.
Is it?
It's okay. You know what?
Yeah.
But the passion part, I always say when it comes to mistakes that, and they're not huge mistakes, but they're just not best practices, that passion may not be a disinfectant in performance, but if you're passionate, it's a hell of a deodorant.
Sure it is. Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're not hurting on the passion meter right there,
No,
partner.
you gotta play these strengths.
No problems
Yeah.
with that on this show. But I know people are going to be listening and they're going to be stunned because the one thing that Jerry says to me all the time is, don't say I think, say I believe. As if you guys, I'm going to look at my one like Fred likes to do, as if you guys don't know what's on my mind at all times when I'm speaking. Jerry wants me to be a little bit more declarative with my thoughts and opinions.
Sure.
Because somehow
Don't hedge.
Somehow someone doesn't know what I'm really thinking.
What's amazing, how much I teach that. I use it too.
Yeah.
And because I have to model the behaviors as well. It's like if you go to get in shape and you get a trainer and the trainer is 100 pounds overweight, you're like, well, why aren't you listening to you?
Right.
Why would I listen?
Or your therapist is more screwed up than you are. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
So but how illuminating it has been for people and pointing that out, where it's like, look, if you believe it, own it.
Yeah.
And if it's something that you've got to be careful and have, all right, but you're allowed to believe it. And there are times for those statement qualifiers. I'm sorry to make this a science class, but, I love the subject
It is
matter.
a science, partly, yeah.
Oh, it's a science and it's an art. It's more art than it is science. But you got to know the science if you want to be effective in communication.
Yeah.
And one of the
you should
things
start a school, because there's a lot of young kids that would love to be in the business, but they don't know where to get the coaching. Because there's not really a lot of people doing really good coaching.
It's definitely something that takes training, and I'm talking about the coaching part.
Yeah.
I work on it all the time. And more importantly, sizing up the people I coach as well, because I have to think about what needs to be said, and I don't mind being critical as long as I have the evidence, but how does it need to be said? What's their mental state? I have a background in psychology, so a lot of times I'm like, let me figure you out here, so then everything else from there we can handle. But you know what? I never thought 10 years ago I would be doing my own thing. And it's hard. It's hard.
It's a lot of work.
There's no – but working in corporate's hard too. It's not the corporate that you and I grew up with.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So it's – but when you love something, I mean, it's like I believe it's a blessing when you find the torture that you love.
Yeah.
That even if it doesn't make sense in that, it's torture. But I love the work.
If you can do what you love and get paid for it, that's half the battle.
Right.
You've solved life. Yeah.
And seeing how this is practical in everything in life.
Yeah.
That communication is a part of every vocation, every situation. And I mean, look, anyone married knows that it's like, all right, this is what I want to say. Does it need to be said? Does this need to be said now? Does this need to be said now by me? And does it need to be said now by me? But how do I need to say it? And by that time, you pretty much have talked yourself out of
so
it.
you can get into marriage counseling as well. It just started a new line of business.
dovetails.
All right, Jerry.
All right,
thank
everybody
you.
wake up.
Thank you for
Jerry.
coming by. I'm glad you decided to sit down.
Look, if it meant anything, I love you guys, and I don't say that with anything other than the deepest. I mean, I am so fortunate to get to do what I do with the people I get to do it with, and I just am. I don't know why I'm God's favorite idiot, but thank you, God, for allowing me.
All right.
So thank you, guys.
Thank you. Jerry Matalon, everybody.
Perfect.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll come with our final segment right after this.
Come on. Switch it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Switch. Switch.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A yummy wake-up wrap. A medium iced or hot coffee. And 6 crispy golden hash browns. Dunkin's $5 meal deal. A deal for everyone.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex Disc contours to it, so the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke for the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
Is Gillette Labs.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in.
We walked into a real one tonight.
How much you sitting on?
Over 20 mil.
Any ideas who might want this money?
The cartel, dirty cops.
Where do you want to start?
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, back here at Patriots Unfiltered, live from Radio Row. We're rounding out the day here. That was Jerry Matalon. Want to thank him for stopping by. But right now, we've got Alex Barth from 98.5, but more importantly, co-host of Catch 22.
That's right.
With Evan Lazar. Alex, thanks for stopping by, taking a minute. When are you guys doing Catch 22?
Tomorrow, I think it
is that 4?
4, 5, 6, 4 Pacific.
So
yeah,
4 to 6.
Okay,
7 to 9. Yeah, we're doing a little late edition, Catch 22 after dark kind of thing.
Okay, so it's 7 to 9.
That's sexy.
Oh, it's going to be 3 hours? No, 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Oh, 7 to 9.
Yeah.
So okay, so Catch 22 fans, you're going to catch that tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time. So, Barth, the reason why we had to have you on is one of our listeners reminded me of a promise that I made.
Okay.
And the promise was that if the Patriots get to the Super Bowl, I would, my expense, buy you a woman.
A lady of the evening.
So I want to know, you want blonde, brunette, white, black, whatever you want.
How did that even come up?
Whatever you want.
What is the backstory here?
No, it's just, I don't know, because Evan was saying that, he doesn't have as much time for you now that he's married, and he's guilty about that.
I think I see Evan just as much now as I did.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But you tell me where you're staying, and I'll have somebody show up.
I'll give it to you off the air. We'll coordinate.
All right. We'll take care of that.
As long as she
So
likes
do you
college
ever really
football.
just want to throttle Evan? Like when you guys are, because he's
sometimes.
Not, Mike and I talk about this all the time. He's not very nice to you.
No, he's not.
He's not.
This is my impression of every time you say something is Evan goes.
He's not nice to anyone.
He's nice to me and Mike.
No, he's got the social skills of a crocodile. I mean, he's just snap your head off if he doesn't agree with you.
I think if you have two people that agree on a lot, that agree all the time, it's not very entertaining radio.
I would agree with that.
I think it is better if that back and forth is not manufactured, if that's genuine.
You guys don't have to manufacture it at all.
No,
That's
it's been like, I think when I started working with him, I don't know if you guys know this story. I've told the story on the air another place. So, I had worked for CLNS, and they were like, we got credentials, do you want to cover the Patriots? And I was like, yeah. And the second day of training camp, Evan comes in out of nowhere, and they're just like, oh, Evan's going to be the main guy. And I was like, wow, okay. That's great.
So right from the start, you guys are rivals.
Where's my notebook?
It's all coming together now.
What's the True Bledsoe line? I look forward to competing for my job.
It's like Borg McEnroe.
But like a week into it, we just hit it off, and there was I think a lot of it's nuance. A lot of it is we agree on things, but we don't agree in the same way.
Well, it's like me and Paul.
Yeah. It has been, our commenters have compared it to that.
Yeah.
So.
No,
but I think that's what makes it good, and I think we get along where it matters. Like, we respect each other. I respect him. I guess I'll leave it up to him. You guys can ask him when he's on and put him on the spot. Maybe he says no. I wouldn't put it past him and say no.
Mike, does Evan respect Alex?
He said he's like, I've got Jess and Barth. What more do I need?
that was the line. Do not let Atlas hear that line. I thought I ranked below Atlas.
Yeah, he has said that on countless occasions. Absolutely.
I thought I ranked below Atlas.
No, so we're coming to the end here, but before we go, Alex, because on this show we won't have another chance to talk to you. What's your thoughts on the game? Like, what are you looking at coming in? Should the Patriots be underdogs in this game?
I think they should be underdogs, but I think it's close. It's close. It's definitely not a toss-up. I think the Seahawks have the better roster, but the last couple years in the Super Bowl, when we've watched it, without a horse in the race, every year I look at what's this going to tell us? It's a copycat league. What is this Super Bowl going to teach us, going to inform us going forward? In the last few years, there's been this driving narrative of the better coach and quarterback, like the elite coach, elite quarterback, and okay roster, not bad, but like solid, versus the elite roster, just like up and down, all 53. But the quarterback is just kind of one of the guys and not above it. And the coach isn't one of these like all-time coaches, right? When you had the Eagles versus the Chiefs was a great example for this. The Chiefs versus the Niners. And I think this is another example of that. You have Mike Vrabel and Drake May, and those guys are both, to put it very lightly, top 5 in the league at what they do, top 3. And I don't think the Patriots roster is bad. I think it's solid. I think it's underrated. But the Seahawks roster, top to bottom, is unbelievable. But Sam Darnold is, good, not great. He's not an MVP candidate. And Mike McDonald is relatively new to this compared to Mike Vrabel. So it's gone back and forth, the team versus the coach and quarterback the last few years. I like the coach and quarterback, but they got to play a complete game. And it's going to be up to other guys on the roster, guys like Milton Williams, guys like Hunter Henry, Steph Diggs, Christian Gonzalez. They're going to need those guys to make some more of those plays to kind of level it out. But it's not unrealistic.
Yeah. No, listen, I was looking at that Bills game, and I think the Bills is the best team offensively that the Patriots have played this year. And they were up 24-3 on them.
Yeah.
You just got to finish it out. And, I think the Patriots have the offensive, power to take control of this game.
Yes.
But, it's like you said, it's going to be close.
It's going to be close, and it's probably going to be messy. I think both these defenses are going to have opportunities to force turnovers and, a big special teams play. You have two of the best returners in the league. Rashid Shaheed on one side, obviously Marcus Jones on the other. Can one of those guys break the game with a big return? Something like that. Yeah. It's not going to be, a lot of these Patriots games have been decided by, all right, we're going to go on like a 7-minute drive, kill a bunch of clock, kick a field goal or punch it in for a touchdown, and that's going to be the difference. I don't think this game is going to be decided like that. It's going to be something a little more outside the box.
All right. Well, Alex Barth, 98.5, and, of course, Catch 22. You guys will be on tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
PM, yep.
Okay.
This
Good
is
stuff.
a big week for Alex.
Yeah, it is. All right.
God only knows what's going to happen when he gets back to his room.
So listen,
I think Fred knows.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that off air. All right. We're going to be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be on for 4 hours again tomorrow. We're going to have more guests, more fun stuff. Who knows what's going to happen? I see Dr. Chow. We're going to talk to you tomorrow. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Whatever time you want. You tell me.
Go book it with our booking agent right here. I'll take care of it.
We're going to talk to Dr. Chow, who everybody knows online. He's the guy that gets everybody in medical trouble. All right, so we'll get him on tomorrow. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. This was 4 hours went by.
I told you you're going to have no problem.
Yeah. All right, so we'll talk to you tomorrow. Matt, we good? All right, see you later.
Hey, this is Alex. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you really want to help us, make sure you like us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure you follow us on the New England Patriots YouTube channel to see this show and everything else we do here at the Patriots. Thanks a lot.